An unprecedented journey arrives at an historic conclusion under the May Carolina sunshine. From Kenan Stadium on the campus of the University of North Carolina, the NCHSAA 1AA State Football Championship presented by West Shore Home. The undefeated Tarboro Vikings and the defending state champion East Surry Cardinals. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Championship Saturday. Patrick Keenis with Jay Sohnhalter. And in the 108-year history of state football in North Carolina, only one previous time have two teams played for state championships 3 straight years. 1931-33, Charlotte and Durham. Today, Jay, it is East Surry, it is Tarboro. They meet for the third and final time here today for the state championship.
Yeah, and Patrick, it's a rare occurrence, but these teams have really grown to respect each other. But this is a true rivalry, and I'm excited to see the contrast style of play. With Tarboro, we're going to see majority of the running game here today on display. Now, for East Surry, they're going to be a balanced offense, taking shots down the field. We'll see which style really pans out for the victory today.
All right, let's also focus in on a couple of key players here today, including one heading to the heart of Big Ten country next year.
Well, Benji Gosnell is one of the top players in the country. He's committed to Ohio State. He's got a great relationship with Ryan Day, and he's bringing him up north. He's got the size, the speed, and the strength you look for in a college prospect. Now, we'll see him playing tight end today as well as linebacker. He makes big plays on the offensive end, but he's very physical on defense as well. Now, over on the other side for Tarboro, Jalen Razor, he's so elusive when he gets open in the backfield. He's averaging over 10 yards per carry. He has the toughness to run in between the tackles, but the breakaway speed to take it to the outside. He's one of the leaders on this Tarboro team, and he's had an outstanding career.
All right, let's move to our keys to the game, brought to you by Ingles. Our Ingles food for thought, low prices, love the savings. Jay, what do you see?
Now, for East Surry, they've got to limit the big plays on the defensive side of the ball. This is an explosive offense for Tarboro. They've got to limit opportunities, and then offensive execution. They want to be balanced and especially set up the play-action pass. For Tarboro, winning the turnover battle has been the focus for Coach Craddock this week in practice. And then up front, they've got to control the line of scrimmage, win in the trenches to get the running game going.
All right, third member of our broadcast team, Aaron Summers, down on the field. Aaron, what's the flavor?
Thanks, Patrick. It's a little windy down here, but other than that, really nice. With both of these programs meeting for their third straight state championship team, neither head coach is necessarily happy to see the other team again. However, there's a lot of familiarity, 2 recent games to draw off of, and a lot of respect between these two programs. Tarboro head coach Jeff Craddock said no one on his side has slept well since the 2019 loss to East Surry. And with the Cardinals moving up a class next season, the trilogy is extremely fitting, a true winner-takes-all affair. Patrick?
All right, Aaron, the final chapter is upon us. It is Tarboro and East Surry from UNC's Kenan Stadium. Championship Saturday, kickoff of the 1AA State Championship coming up next.
I can't believe we have to make this commercial.
It's ridiculous.
You'll think it's ridiculous too. Listen to this.
This commercial is about, well, it's about parents being rude at high school athletic events.
Ridiculous, right?
It gets worse. Studies show more than 75% of new high school officials are quitting because of bad adult behavior.
So now there's a shortage of refs here in North Carolina, in almost all sports.
No officials means no more games.
Is that what you want for us?
Come on, parents.
It's time to grow up.
Cheer for your team.
Be proud of your children.
But stop being so ridiculous.
And don't make us run another commercial.
Because we will.
This message presented by the North Carolina High School Athletic Association and the North Carolina Athletic Directors Association, reminding you to always practice good sportsmanship.
I was hurt at work, and I feel like the insurance company wasn't looking out for me.
It's time to put an end to the games. It's time to call an experienced workers' compensation law firm.
The law offices of James Scott Farron. I got the treatment that I needed.
Call on the Hurt Line right now.
I am because we are, which is to say that I'm shaped by the community and the community shapes me and I shape the community. And therefore, in the midst of a pandemic, without a doubt, When one is unhealthy, all of us are unhealthy. In many ways, we do have a dark history around medicine with African Americans, but this is an opportunity to move into the light. We need you to take the vaccine. You have a spot. Take your shot.
Call a workers' compensation specialist that knows how to protect your benefits. They'll fight for all of your medical treatment and for the protection you deserve. Call on the Hurt Line, the law offices of James Scott Farron, right now.
68 glorious degrees in Chapel Hill. Kenan Stadium. It is the holy grail of high school football, and for the third consecutive championship at the 1AA level, East Surry and Tarboro meet once again. Glad to have you with us on this Saturday afternoon. Tarboro in the black uniforms trimmed with purple numbers and gold. The 11th state title appearance for Tarboro, the 6-time state champs. And there's a look at East Surry, the Cardinals, in the 1AA title game for the third straight year. They are the defending champs, 9-1 this year, and we are ready to go. The approach by Tarboro's Leighton Dupree, and the trilogy reaches its final chapter. And this is a returnable kick for East Surry, hopping through 35, 40-yard line. Big return to open the state championship for East Surry. Ty Needham takes it all the way down into Tarboro territory on the kickoff.
We'll see here, Patrick. Great job just following the blocks. Needham setting things up, then cutting back towards the right, and then his speed to get across midfield. And what a start here, using special teams to catapult you into your first drive.
The opening kickoff brought to you by Pitt County Health Department. Join the at-home testing challenge and keep our community healthy. There is Trent Lohman, third year on the sidelines for the Cardinals, the son of a 26-year head coach. And on the opening play, Boaz scrambling, sliding forward, and got back to about the line of scrimmage. Folger Boaz will lead the offense for East Surry, averaging over 40 points a game. His top back is Luke Bowington, 976 yards on the ground and 20 touchdowns. Boaz's numbers, he's thrown for 18-14, 18 touchdowns, 3 picks. And Benji Gosnell, 608 receiving yards, 7 scores, the Ohio State recruit. 2nd and 10 for the East Surry Cardinals. And Boaz, a play fake, dumps it across over the middle, has a man open inside the 30-yard line and tripped up inside the 25, and that is Ty Needham on the reception. And we'll get to the West Shore home starting defense for Tarboro, and there we get a look at the Tarboro D. And Jay, you know a lot about this defense, and they have only allowed about 10 points a game.
Oh, they're known for their team speed. This is an athletic defense, and Xavion Pitt, the linebacker there, he's one of the stars in the middle.
And on first down, handoff goes inside the 20-yard line. This East Surry squad averaging 40 a game. They rolled through Northmore, Pine Lake Prep, and then the 8-seed Polk County in the regional finals, 41-7. Only loss came to Reedsville in week 2. 2nd and 5 for the Cardinals. Clap the hands by Boaz. And a give off into the backfield, and not much there on the run defense on that play as they stunt Luke Bowington on 2nd down.
You know, Bowington's had an outstanding season. He's the guy that's going to get the majority of the carries in the backfield here. Zone read, little cut block, but look at the penetration of Tarboro on the interior of the defensive line, winning up front and beating the blocks to get in the backfield.
3rd and 5, and a look at Amari Battle, one of the leaders on this Tarboro defense. The Vikings undefeated, 8-0. They put 4 on the line on 3rd and 5. Boaz out of the gun, under pressure, spins away, maintains his balance, fires toward the end zone, and it's incomplete into triple coverage. And the pressure came furiously from Tarboro and Xavion Pitts. And that will force a field goal try here on 4th down for East Surry.
Now, this is a 4-4 defense, and Pitt coming off the edge. You can just see the speed of him. He was sitting back in coverage and then came up, flew up there once Boaz rolled out of the pocket. You can see the hats of the defense just flying over to the football. It was a good job getting off the field.
And this will be a 35-yard attempt Out of the hold of Needham. And Derek Sutterby off of the right hash. The hold is down. The kick is on the way, has the distance, and it dings off of the right upright and no good. Sutterby misses from 35, and despite the big kickoff return by East Surry, the Vikings defense holds. Underway, couple minutes gone by in the opening quarter of the 1AA championship. Tarboro on offense, coming back.
She got the scholarships. You saved. He got into his dream college. But you need some help bridging the gap between savings and scholarships and the cost of tuition. Apply for an affordable NC Assist loan and make their dreams of going to college a reality.
Stop putting your career on hold. Prepare for a new and exciting future in technology, nursing, or healthcare. ECPI University, career-focused with programs for high-demand and essential industries. Our year-round schedule allows you to stay focused and earn your degree faster. Engage with industry professionals, teaching real-world knowledge. Gain hands-on skills online and in socially distanced labs. Make the most of this time. Get started today at ecpi.edu.
Back to Chapel Hill with 9:36 left in the opening quarter. East Surry misses a 31-yard field goal after a very productive kickoff return in this 1AA state championship. Pretty good crowd on hand and a beautiful Saturday afternoon as East Surry and Tarboro meet for the third straight time. It's only the second time in NCHSAA history that has been the case. Tarboro winning in 2018, 50-10. The Cardinals winning in 2019, 56-28. And they meet yet again. This drive begins for Tarboro at their own 20-yard line. And a run around the right side, and this is Razor, tries to get the edge. He'll be angled out of bounds about the 24-yard line as we take a look at the starting lineup presented by West Shore, home of the Tarboro Vikings. Najee Farmer, their quarterback, he won't throw much. He will hand off plenty to a backfield of Razor, of Johnson, of Joyner, and we will also see Jordan Williams. They all, Jay, are averaging over 10 yards a carry this year.
There's so much depth in the backfield, and they all have a different skill set that Coach Craddock likes to use each particular player in different situations.
And three in the backfield. They handed the first man through, stood up behind the line of scrimmage, and then thrown back, maybe back to the line of scrimmage, and third down. And the East Surry defense, their top tackler is their top wide out in Benji Gosnell. 74 tackles this year. Caleb Tilley, 5 sacks, and Ty Needham, 6 picks to lead the Cardinal defense. No gain for Johnson on that carry, and there's a look at Gosnell. And across the line, 8 stacked. Toss coming left side. Pursuit coming from the Cardinals. Line to reach the 30, and one man missed, and a first down carry for Tobias Joyner. And that keeps the drive alive for Tarboro.
Joyner, 5'9", 170 pounds. You can see here the quick pitch. Look at the blocking up front. A nice job allowing Joyner to get to the outside. And then it was just the speed that allowed him to get to the first down marker. But I'll tell you, the fullback is so important to this offense. And Travis Johnson led the way there, clearing the path.
That's good for North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services. First down. You have a spot. Take your shots. At the 39-yard line, Tarboro undefeated this year in their 11th state title appearance with a first down. A little crease and then a massive hit right around the 38-yard line. And that came from Benji Gosnell, and that was a bell ringer.
Gosnell's projected to play tight end at Ohio State, but he's a star on the defensive end. I mean, that's an NFL-looking linebacker right there. Sifting through the offensive line, finding the gap there, and then just a tackling, making a huge play. And he's such a physical guy in between the box.
Tobias Joyner picks up 3 hard-earned yards. He's telling his offensive line, hey, somebody's got to pick up that guy. 2nd and 7 for the Vikings. Another handoff. They tried the left side. One man miss, breaking out of an ankle tackle and inside East Surry territory. That is Jordan Williams with his first carry. So a first down for Tarboro. Let's go downstairs to Aaron.
Patrick, adding on about Benji Gosnell, his coach, Trent Lohman, says that he just does everything to the finest detail. He will absolutely stay in the locker room and sweep it after everyone is gone until every blade of grass is gone. He does assigned workouts on top of his own. He wants to work on all of the little things, but makes it more about the team rather than himself. Coach said he probably doesn't even know what his stats are on the season, Patrick.
And we get a penalty dropped, and this looks like it's going to go against East Surry.
Defense.
Offsides
5-yard
on the
penalty.
Cardinals.
Replay first down.
Our referee today, Scott Wetzel. Well, this is a tough offense to simulate and prep for, right, Jay? I mean, not a lot has changed, even though there's a lot of familiarity in these state title games the last couple of times these teams have played. But in talking with Jeff Craddock, the head coach for Tarboro, he is extremely strong from tackle to tackle, and really even extending from tight end to tight end. So the front five on the O-line, and include the tight ends. So those top 7 guys are about as good as they've ever been, as Razor takes that for a couple of yards.
Yeah, this is a physical group up front, and Coach Craddock calls this offense the Tarboro T. And when opposing teams prepare for this offense, yes, you can watch it on film and kind of know, what they like to run, but it's so hard to simulate it in practice and get good looks. And they run it to perfection, and this system really caters to the talents of the players, and this is a deep backfield as well.
And to go back a couple of years when they last met, Tarboro fumbled it away 4 times, led directly to 28 points. First pass of the game, man, wide open for Tarboro, caught in the 20-yard line. Jordan Williams tackled inside the 5. Trey Armstrong saved a touchdown, and a rare blue moon throw from the senior quarterback, Najee Farmer, hooking up with Williams. First and goal, Tarboro inside the 5. Won't see that much, but man, was that effective. And it's first and goal inside the American Military University red zone. And the carry on first and goal close to the goal line. And Mark Short's at about the 1.
Patrick, I'll tell you, knowing when to mix in the passing plays is going to be so important. And early on here, Coach Craddock, run, then throw the ball over the top. That was an excellent fake by Farmer, and then a beautiful pass over the top to Williams.
Second and goal, a late substitution in for East Surry. Farmer comes under center, and 3 in the backfield. Razor to the left. It'll be Razor getting the carry, angles in, stays low, gets under would-be tackler. Touchdown, Tarboro. Jalen Razor with his 17th of the year. And with 5:29 left in the first quarter, it's the Vikings striking first.
That was an impressive offensive drive. We'll see Razor here again. Follow the fullback. That's going to lead you to the promised land. Jordan Williams just cleared out the path. The offensive line got enough push. This is a really nice drive here. Getting things going on the ground. You mix in the pass as well for a threat. But once you get to the goal line, you're able to punch it in.
And Dupree for the extra point. Bad snap. They'll throw it now, trying for 2, and it's off the fingertips of Jordan Williams. Incomplete. So the point after fails. Our Smithfield Chicken and Barbecue touchdown. A 1-yard run by Razor. And with 5:29 left in the opening quarter, Tarboro in the 1AA championship has a 6-0 lead on East Surry.
Getting hurt on the job happens unexpectedly. You're not prepared for the medical bills, being unable to work, or the fear of losing your job. If you want all the benefits you may be entitled to, put experience on your side.
I called James Scott Farring.
Workers' compensation specialists. They work hard to secure your checks and the treatment you may deserve.
The James Scott Farring Advantage.
Call on the Hurt Line, the law offices of James Scott Farring, right now.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Midway through the opening quarter of this 1AA state championship, East Surry about to go on offense for the second time. They missed a field goal. Tarboro took over. Jay converted a couple of third down plays, and then had that long pass play from Farmer to Jordan Williams, setting up Razor for the score. They know all about winning state championships. They won 6 times and had a run from 2008 to 2012 where they made the 2A title game 5 straight years, and they're in the lead.
Yeah, it seems like they're here every year, and they've got the experience, and Coach Craddock knows how to prepare his team for these big games, and what an opportunity here early on in the ball game, getting off to a good start.
So a 6-0 lead for Tarboro. Keep in mind, the Vikings come into this game, they've won 52 of their last 53 games, as this one is knocked on the ground and covered up by East Surry right around the 33-yard line. So fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. They did not want to kick deep to Ty Needham after that long return to open the game. By the way, the only loss in that run of 53 games for Tarboro, you guessed it, 2019 state championship game against this East Surry Cardinal team, snapping one of the longest winning streaks in America at 44. So Folger Boaz out of the gun, the second offensive set for the Cardinals. And he will hand off. Bullington trying to sneak through, tripped up just before he got to the 40-yard line. Give him 5 on a first down carry.
Well, we've talked a lot about the running game for Tarboro, but Bullington, he's a star running back. We'll see here on the counter play, just following the blocks up front. He got tripped up. There was a clear pass created from the offensive line.
Boaz, play fake. Bullington throws it into traffic and a little bit behind the intended receiver across the middle. There were defenders all around, and it's incomplete. And third down for the Cardinals.
Well, we also talked about Gosnell's ability playing tight end, moving out to the wide receiver position. We'll see how this defense tries to shade him and take him out. Are they going to bring a safety over to double team him? That's something to watch for as this game develops.
3rd and 4, a little misdirection here, and following a blocker with a patient run, Bullington. And if the mark is as we expect, it is probably enough for a first down. They mark it right at the 43, and yes, the signal has been made by Scott Wetzel, and it's a first down for East Surry. Clock inside 5 minutes in this first quarter. North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services first down. You have a spot, take your shots. 6-0 Tarboro. And Folger Boaz, the sophomore quarterback, completing passes at a 63% rate this year. Time to throw over the middle. Gosnell the catch with some room, moving left inside the 40, and triple teamed on the tackle down at the 38. And Gosnell with his first catch of the afternoon.
Here you see the athleticism split out to the right. Gosnell just sitting over the middle of the field, and then yards after the catch. Look at him here, power through to get a couple extra yards. If you're a defender, you've got to shade your stance over to him to try to limit his opportunities to get to the middle of the field.
That's good for 24 yards, and back on the ground, Bullington dashes through, and he will take that for about 12, and it'll be another first down for the Cardinals.
Well, this offense starting to get into rhythm, mixing in the run and the pass. Trent Lohman over there, pushing his team, playing a little bit more up-tempo on this drive.
Third-year head coach for East Surry. His dad, Randy, was a 26-year legendary coach at Bandy's High School. His dad is actually on vacation this week. Ordinarily, he would be here supporting his son, but his dad took Bandy's to 3 state title games in 96, 02, and 03, and actually had the field at Bandy's dedicated in his honor in 2019. But he's in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, enjoying the weekend. They're watching online, so hello to him, and he's hoping that his son can bring home a state title. 6-0 Tarboro. First down for East Surry. Boaz across the middle. Catch is made inside the 20 and stretching inside the 15. And that'll be close to another first down as Ty Needham, the man who had the big kickoff return to open the game, makes the reception.
Look up front here. Looked like it was going to be a running play with the guard and tackle on the left side pulling over. So if you're a defender, it looked like the run was coming, and then Boaz just pulled the ball quickly, threw it over the top to Needham.
High snap. Bullington dropped the football, but it's recovered by East Surry. That play nearly blew up twice. The snap almost went over Boaz's head. He brought it down, got it to Bullington, who immediately coughed it up. Poked away. I think Evan Morris got a hand on it, but recovered by one of the offensive linemen, Victor Flores, on the spot. 2nd down and 10. Another loose football, and Tarboro close to this one, and Tarboro claims they have it at the 15, and it is Vikings football. Back-to-back fumbles by East Surry. The first one the Cardinals got on. This time it's Jamal Armfield, the senior, recovering inside the red zone.
See this defense again just flowing over to the football. Another ball handling issue, and Tarboro jumping on it. And in these ball games, winning the turnover battle is huge. And so far, Tarboro getting the leg up on it. Bent a little bit on defense, but they didn't break, giving the ball back to their offense.
That was one of the points of emphasis by Jeff Craddock, the Tarboro head coach, to us a couple of days ago, reflecting back to that loss in 2019 where they gave up 56 points to East Surry. He said, we turned it over 4 times, gave them a short field. They scored every time, 28 points. And a 1st down carry angling left. That is Joyner for a couple of yards. 2nd down. Well, for this Tarboro squad in this COVID-19 season, as we play a state championship here in the 2nd week of May, this program was shut down for 2 weeks prior to the start of the season. And they didn't really feel like they hit their stride until the final week before the playoffs. Little toss left side, room up the sideline, over the 30, out to about the 35-yard line, and that is Joyner again for the Vikings.
Joyner starting to get into a groove, but watch the blocks out front. Razor and also Jordan Williams is clearing out a path, unselfish play, in order to have big runs in this offense. When the defense knows you're probably going to run the ball, you've got to have guys out front doing the little things, making the extra effort. An outstanding job on the sideline, clearing out a path.
So out to the 35-yard line, another 1st down for Tarboro. And Tarboro, in all 3 of its playoff games, has scored at least 60 points. 5 times in their 8 games, they put up 60+. And they're on the move again. 1st down from the 35. Toss to Razor. Looking right. Swings it further wide to the 35. Cut back move and then gets drilled around the 39-yard line.
That's Razor's ability to make that first man miss. Look at this cut here. Out on the perimeter, quick pitch. And right here. Little stiff arm, push the guy down, and then get to the outside and use your speed. And Tarboro doing a nice job here, just picking up yards on 1st down, putting themselves in manageable situations on 2nd and 3rd down.
Well, that tackle was felt. It was doled out by Trey Armstrong. 2nd and 6. Handoff straight up the middle. And that'll be Johnson for about 3. And brings up 3rd and short now for the Vikings as we approach a minute 20 left in this 1st quarter. Johnson losing his helmet, so he's off the field for a play. And Joyner back on the field for Tarboro. They've rushed for about 380 yards a game. Again, 4 different backs over the course of this year, average better than 10 a carry. Line of reach just past the 45 on 3rd down. Farmer, misdirection. Hopping around the left side, sheds one blocker, and Jordan Williams cannot quite get to the marker, strung out beautifully by Armstrong, and it sets up 4th down.
This looked like it was going to be a huge loss right here, and Williams again using a stiff arm. We've already seen a couple times, but then getting knocked down. That was a good tackle coming up and run support by Armstrong.
And the Vikings will go in their own territory. 4th and 1 from the 44. Big early gamble for Jeff Craddock. 7 across the line for East Surry. 4th and 1. Handoff. Stripped in the backfield. Moving forward. 1st down, Joyner. Racing down the sideline. Beats the defense. Down toward the end zone. Touchdown, Tarboro on 4th and 1. Tobias Joyner runs it in from 46. And Tarboro has a 12-0 lead on the Cardinals.
We'll see Joyner's playmaking ability. Watch this run. This really should have been a tackle right there, making 2 guys miss, 2 stiff arms, and then it's off to the races. 5 carries so far on the day for Joyner. Already 90 yards, and he hits a home run there on 4th down.
56 yards from Joyner on a 4th and 1. And a Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue touchdown. At Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue, we are grateful to serve. And now after the missed extra point on the bad snap, they will go for 2. Another bad snap here. Penalty markers are down. And the football covered up, and we'll see what Scott Wetzel saw. So trying to make it a 14-0 game, going for 2. And this is going to go on Tarboro. And East Surry will decline this. And that's how this point after will end for the Vikings. Scott Wetzel in the white hat. You see him going over toward the east. Well, he already signaled to the East Surry sideline that, hey, you don't want to take this penalty, right? And now just confirming the call with a member of his crew.
Illegal shift on the kicking team. That penalty's declined. Point is no good.
So 2 touchdowns, 2 failed extra points, but a 12-0 lead for Tarboro with 12 seconds left in this first quarter. Vikings aiming, Jay, for their 7th state championship. And they look like a team that has been waiting for one more shot at East Surry after that loss a couple of years ago, ended their long streak.
Yeah, and Patrick, didn't you just feel like this matchup was going to happen at the beginning of the season? Felt like this was a collision course to get to the state championship ball game. And right now, Tarboro doing all the little things, 3rd down, 4th down execution to get off to a good start.
And again, we've seen a missed field goal by East Surry. And then on their second drive, they marched it quickly into the red zone for Tarboro and then fumbled twice. And the second one was recovered by the Vikings. So they've had some opportunities. And when you take on, I mean, these teams know that the opponent is of such high quality, you can't make those mistakes in a state championship game, because these are some of the mistakes that Tarboro made a couple of years ago, and it cost them dearly. So we are ready for the Pitt County Health Department kickoff. Join the at-home testing challenge and keep our community healthy. 12-0 lead for Tarboro. Waning moments of this opening quarter. East Surry, the 2 seed out of the West. Tarboro, the 1 seed out of the East. But again, the seeds weren't necessarily merit-based this year because of the odd COVID-19 football season we've seen over the spring. So here's the approach by Dupree. And another ground ball kick. Checks up, Needham hats it into the air and will grab it at 13, move it forward, finds the seam, swings to the sideline, stiff arms a man, and then is thrown recklessly out of bounds by Canisius Black. And I don't see a penalty marker coming in, but that's a break for Tarboro. Emphatic tackle by Black on the kickoff return.
Let's see just another kind of squib kick here, the respect of Needham's return ability, but I think they may have to start kicking it out of bounds. We'll see here, though. That was dangerously close.
Yeah. So with 3 seconds left in this opening quarter, this will be the final play. Boaz out of the gun, Bullington to his right. And Boaz wants to throw, and he wants to throw it deep. Has a man breaking on the seam, and a diving effort around the 30-yard line, just overthrown, incomplete. And that's how the first quarter of this 1AA championship will end. Carson Seth Hawks just missed. Tarboro up 12. Razor and Joyner touchdown runs. Joyner from 56 yards on 4th and 1 after 1. Vikings 12, Cardinals nothing.
Wake up with Hardee's. The $3 Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Burrito. Fluffy egg, crispy bacon, and melty cheese. All wrapped up in a warm tortilla. The $3 Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Burrito. Part of Hardee's 2-3 more breakfast menu. Feed your happy.
If you've been denied your Social Security benefits, call now. Call the law offices of James Scott Farron on the Hurt Line.
I joined the military as a security specialist. Today, I run a cybersecurity company. So literally, I went from the battlefield to the boardroom. AMU is a good match for people who are very self-determined, accountable. They earn your trust. I wouldn't be an expert in my field without American Military University. They've given me a new life, brought credibility to everything that I do. My name is Max Olick, and I am an AMU graduate.
This pandemic has taught us one thing, as harsh as it has been, is that we truly do need each other.
We value who you are. We value this community. We value this country and this state.
Don't wait until you would have wished you had. Go ahead now.
You have a special spot.
Take your shot.
You have a spot, so come on and take the shot.
COVID-19 vaccines are open to anyone 16 and over. Find your appointment today. Visit myspot.nc.gov.
Hey, honey, you have time to work on the shower tomorrow?
Hey, we're still on for Saturday, right?
Hello. Don't forget.
Thanks, folks. You heard it right here. West Shore Home is the fast, stress-free solution. Call the number on your screen right now. Take advantage of that great...
What flavors are you chasing? Hand-seasoned Angus beef? A1 sauce? Words written in cursive? Luxury you eat with your hands. Try the new Steakhouse Angus Thick Burger at Hardee's. Feed your happy.
Second quarter ready to get underway in beautiful Chapel Hill. Tarboro 12, East Surry nothing. And let's go downstairs to Aaron after an exciting opening quarter.
Patrick, East Surry is here in the championship once again, and although it is only Trent Lohman's third year, he said that this is the expectation every year for them. It's about being the best version of yourself at all times, and if you can do that, bring that every day, whether it's at practice or in a game, then as a team collectively, they'll continue to get better, get to the championship game, and win. Patrick?
2nd and 10 design rollouts, and nobody home on that sideline. Pressure came into the grill of Folger Boaz, and against Jamal Armfield, who recovered that fumble in the last possession for East Surry with the pressure.
There haven't been a lot of clean looks in the passing game for the Cardinals because of the pressure. This defense flying around the field, getting penetration into the backfield.
Now in that game in 2019, again, where Tarboro's defense gave up 56 points, Jeff Craddock said that was one of the most explosive offenses that he'd ever seen. They just picked them apart defensively, doing a lot better job defending in the secondary. And there's another errant pass toward the sideline, incomplete. Not a massive rush, but enough to disturb Folger Boaz. Couldn't connect with Gosnell on the sideline.
Yeah, we'll see here. It's right in the middle of the defense. A little slant, delayed blitz. And coming up the middle, that was Evan Morris, the senior linebacker, just getting in the face of Boaz. Ball just a little bit errant.
And now East Surry sends out the punt team. Tarboro will call a timeout.
Timeout. Tarboro.
So we will take this break. East Surry will kick it away when we come back. Tarboro is going to get the ball back up 12 when we come back. 1AA state championship game. Tarboro leading East Surry 12-0.
The season's open for possibilities. And this spring, the outdoors are in. It's time to see the outside not for what it is, but for all it can be. To go somewhere new, you don't have to log miles. Just open your mind. The place you want to go might be just outside your door. Lowe's. Home to any budget. Home to any possibility.
I was injured on the job, and I was out of work.
I knew I needed a specialist.
If you've been hurt on the job and can't work, you need to make sure you're getting all your workers' compensation benefits.
I have a family to support. I'm worried about the future.
Call a powerful law firm that knows what your benefits mean to you.
James Scott Farron,
a workers' compensation specialist.
They understand the system and have the resources and experience to get all the benefits you may deserve. Call on the Hurt Line, the law offices of James Scott Farron, right now.
Well, stay tuned for the Hardee's Feed Your Happy halftime report, where we will have a special interview with Q Tucker, the commissioner of the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. First half highlights and more. Early stages, second quarter. Tarboro looking for its 7th state football championship. Up on East Surry 12-0, and East Surry facing a 4th and 10, about to punt the football away. And an early look of concern for third-year head coach Trent Lohman for the Cardinals. Sutterby will kick it away, and twin safeties back. High snap over Sutterby. He'll collect at the 10, try to boot it away, and somehow it does. A magician. It lands at the 42-yard line and covered up somehow by East Surrey's Jeremy Gibson. Holy smokes. How did Derek Sutterby get that punt off? That could be the play of the game.
This is amazing. I mean, this ball sailing over the top. How does he do it? I mean, it was a perfect angle with a guy right in your face and just kicked it towards the left. I mean, that was impressive, just getting that ball off.
Jay, I'll say this. If East Surrey comes back to win this championship, that's the play of the game. Because if he doesn't pick up that high snap, it's either in the end zone for a touchdown, maybe a safety, or it could be a blocked punt for a touchdown. You could be down 20 points at this stage. And instead, Tarboro back on offense, driving and powering forward as Johnson inside the 35, down to the 31. That's a gain of 12 and a first down for Tarboro.
And Patrick, that's a really good point that you just made. You know, as we see here, another strong run by Tarboro on first down. That's a great point, because when you look back at the end of this ball game, it's going to come down to the momentum shifts, about 4 or 5 plays, and you don't know where they are going to happen, but that's a monumental play there just to get the ball off, because that could have been, you know, a really bad break for the Cardinals.
NC 529 first down. It's never too late or too early to start saving for education. Marker is dropped before the snap gets into the hands of Farmer.
Dead ball, false start. Offense, 5-yard penalty. First down.
So that'll push back Tarboro 5 yards. Well, we talked earlier about the father of Trent Lohman, the head coach for East Surrey. Randy's on vacation in Pigeon Forge. Well, the parents of the head coach for Tarboro, they're hanging out in their home they've had for almost 45 years in Rittman, Ohio on Pinewood Street. Homer and Nancy, factory workers. And Jeff is hoping to see his folks at some point after this season ends. Hasn't seen them since Christmas of 2019 as we get a jump here.
Dead ball.
And this
defense. 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
So back-to-back penalties pushes it right back to 1st and 10 for Tarboro. We were joking with Jeff Craddock about his hometown and his bedroom in that house he grew up in from the time he was about 4 or 5 years old. He said there's still posters of AC/DC, one of his favorite bands as a kid, hanging on the wall in his bedroom. 12-0 lead for Tarboro, 1st and 10. And there's a handoff swinging to the right side. Joyner cuts it back to the middle, escapes, and heads to the end zone. Breaking free. Touchdown, Tarboro. Tobias Joyner with his 2nd touchdown run of the championship. Takes it in from 31 yards away. And the Vikings up 18 early in the 2nd quarter.
Now look at Joyner here again, just following the blocks up front. Outstanding job by Razor to clear out the edge, and then the power to sift through the arms of the linebackers. Now 6 carries, over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. Early MVP effort.
That is 87 yards for 2 touchdowns for Joyner. And we get a jump by East Surrey prior to the extra point try. And this will move Tarboro maybe a yard or 2 closer to the uprights. Or no, it looks like now the offense is going to come on the field, and they will eschew the extra point and go for 2.
Defense, half the distance to the goal. Replay the try.
Really good awareness by Jeff Craddock. Hey, you commit the penalty there, jumping on the extra point. You give us a yard and a half. We're going for 2 now. And so the backfield of Razor, of Johnson, and Joyner back off of the sideline. Actually, it's going to be Williams in the center of those 3 in the backfield. An 18-0 lead for Tarboro. Razor sets up on the left, and Farmer under center. This is the 2-point try. Farmer keeps it, tosses to the end zone, and overshoots his man. Looking for Razor out of the backfield, incomplete. 3 touchdowns and 3 failed extra points for Tarboro, but it is all Vikings so far, pursuing their 7th school football championship. 10-16 left, 2nd quarter. Tarboro 18, East Surrey nothing.
This is where it starts, where your story begins. This is the trail you blaze yourself. And step by step, you get stronger, faster, better. This is where it starts. How will you finish? Ingalls, we're with you every step of the way.
It was a serious accident. I had huge medical bills to pay, but I don't trust the insurance company or their adjusters.
If you're an injured victim, put a powerful law firm on your side.
I called on the Hurt Line.
James Scott Farron.
One call, and they started working for me. And there was no fee until they won my case.
They got me way more than what the insurance company offered.
If you've been injured in an accident, tell them you mean business. Call the law offices of James Scott Farron on the Hurt Line right now.
18-0 Tarboro on top of East Surry. And a reminder, coming up at the conclusion of today's game, we'll be showcasing the Hardee's Feed Your Happy play of the game. So stay tuned for that. And those East Surry fans who made the trip over from Pilot Mountain, they need a little happiness in their life right now. Things are droopy for East Surry, trailing 18-0, Jay. And how do they turn the tide here and get their confidence picked up?
Well, I think they've got to get their running game going. And first of all, they've got to protect the football. We've already seen one turnover, putting the ball on the ground, and then the mishap on special teams. But you've got to get the ground game going. The passing game hasn't had consistency yet. Luke Bullington averaging over 4 yards per carry, so they've got to continue to feed him the ball and get the defense off balance.
The approach by Dupree and the Pitt County Health Department kickoff. Join the at-home testing challenge and keep our community healthy. And another intentional dribbling kick covered up by East Surry right at the 40-yard line. East Surry very explosive. Folger Boaz, the sophomore quarterback, following in the footsteps of his older son Boaz, who in that game 2 years ago against Tarboro set all kinds of state records. Threw for 478, 7 touchdown passes, 8 total with 1 on the ground that tied a state record by P.J. Lohman. But big shoes to fill. Dumps it underneath, and Gosnell slipping a bit as he tried to make a cut across the middle of the field. Gets inside Tarboro territory. A pickup of about 12.
I love this play call. You have the fake handoff and then a quick pass over the top to Gosnell. And he's so good in the middle of the field, just presenting a target and sitting in the zone defense.
NC 5-29 first down. Down at the 47 of Tarboro. 18-0 Vikings lead. 3-man front for Tarboro. They rush 4. Quick pass nearly swatted away, and it is short hopping into the hands of Ty Needham, incomplete. Well, one of the things that Trent Lohman noticed watching some video of the playoff games of Tarboro, especially out of their win over Lewisburg when Tarboro put up 66 points, he noticed some experimentation defensively by the Vikings on pass defense, on some stunts, on some cover threes, and things that they felt was in preparation for a potential matchup with East Surry here in the state championship game. And Jay, so far it's been really effective because Boaz has been off target with most of his passes today.
It has, and we've seen some of those slants, especially on third down situations, delayed zone blitzes, just different looks to keep the offense off balance. And, these teams, they're not going to implement all their strategies at the start of the season. They're going to save some till the end of the year, especially playoff time, and bring them out during the right circumstances. And, this is the game here, the final ball game of the season, where you want to have, all your bag of tricks in your arsenal and ready to fire away. And so far, it's worked well for the Vikings.
And Deaver Gary just let Bullington know he was there, stopped his gain after maybe a yard. This is 3rd and a long 8. This might be 4-down territory here for the Cardinals. 4 receivers across the formation. Boaz under pressure, finds room to the left. Now he will tuck and run and angle it out of bounds. He's going to be close to the marker, and I believe he has it. And good awareness of where the sticks were as he takes it out of bounds around the 36-yard line, and they will indeed move the chains. Good play by Boaz.
Yeah, and here's just that innate ability to feel the pocket collapsing and then use your speed. He kept his eyes up, just hold the secondary back just enough to keep them on the wide receivers to have that open lane down the sideline.
And another NC 5-29 first down for East Surry, trailing by 18. Bullington looking to swing it wide, tripped up right around the line of scrimmage. Well played by Xavion Pitts of Tarboro. Tripped him up around the ankles. And a gain of maybe 2.
See a zone read again. Bullington just not able to get to the outside. Pitts. He's a tackling machine, patrolling the middle linebacker spot. They just got enough to bring him down.
2nd and 8. Keeper by Boaz and runs right over Pitts up the middle and will pick up a couple more yards. 3rd down. But right now, Jay, what we're seeing is East Surry is trying to get the ball into the hands of their playmakers, and that is Boaz, the quarterback, Bullington, the running back, and Gosnell if they can, because time is now of the essence for the Cardinals to trail by 18.
They're moving the ball well here, but they've got to focus on finishing here. They've got to get points on the board and gain some momentum back.
3rd and 6. Boaz the give, penalty marker down, and spinning forward close to the marker down to about the 26-yard line, but a marker was dropped right upon the snap. And Scott Wetzel with the call.
Illegal formation, 5 in the backfield, offense. 5-yard penalty, replay 3rd down.
Well, Jay, the mistakes are piling up like a small mountain here in this first half for East Surry.
Yeah, this is uncharacteristic. We'll see here as the lineup is set up.
Yeah, 5 in the backfield. So now 3rd and a little more than 10 for Trent Lohman's East Surry Cardinals. Big moment. Boaz, time to throw, and another high pass toward the right flat, incomplete. And it's 4th down. Could not connect with Trey Armstrong. And we'll see if the Cardinals keep the offense on the field. And yeah, they will call one more offensive play here for Folger Boaz. 4th and 10. Line to reach is just inside the Tarboro 26-yard line. 4 receivers left, 1 right. Empty backfield. Boaz roaming left, throws on the run, and overshoots his man. Had him wide open around the 25-yard line, but couldn't connect. And again, the pressure came from Tarboro's D, and not making Folger Boaz, allowing him to be comfortable.
And Tarboro rushed forward, but they were able to beat their blocks up front and just force Boaz to the outside, having to throw across his body. Now, it's wide open there, but it's tough when you're on the run having to throw it across the field.
Yeah, looking for Carson Seth Hawks. At the conclusion of today's game, we will be selecting the West Shore Home Player of the Game. Let West Shore Home convert your old bathtub into a modern and spacious walk-in shower in just one day. So Tarboro takes over on down. 7:42 left first half, leading 18-0. We've seen an East Surry missed field goal, an East Surry fumble, and some big plays turned in by the running game of Tarboro, and a marker dropped right at the snap, and this will be 5 against the Vikings.
Dead ball, false start. Offense, 5-yard penalty, replay 1st down.
Well, the Vikings have been waiting 2 years for this rematch. They have scouted and prepared very well so far, Jay.
Yeah, they've come out ready to play. And, you know, these are teams that know each other from those past experiences. And, you know, right now, Tarboro doing a nice job of taking away what East Surry wants to do. They want to throw the ball down the field. Well, they're getting pressure. And then on the offensive end, the offensive line's winning up front.
Toss, right side. Tapping the gas, spinning forward. Razor finally brought down just shy of midfield. Let's go downstairs to Aaron.
Vikings head coach Jeff Craddock said he's seen a mental approach to this season unlike any other he's had in a team this year. Once they got the green light to practice after all the time off, they were very focused, purpose-driven. They had a chip on their shoulder from that loss in 2019. They worked really hard this year and have more of a mental edge than the past teams. Patrick.
All right, thanks a lot, Aaron. First down carry there for Razor. He is part of the trio in the backfield. And Farmer handing it off and lunging forward out to midfield is Johnson for a gain of a couple. What was interesting, we had our Zoom call with Jeff Craddock a couple of days ago, and before the interview and the Q&A really started, he gave us a little bit of a video tour of his office He was sitting doing the Zoom, but littered on the wall behind him, a wide wall were pictures of Tarboro Viking players, autograph pictures. And he said, when I took over the job, I was a big Ohio State fan, grew up in Ohio, had a bunch of Ohio State football pictures. But as we began winning state championships, we had photos that were taken of key players and key moments of those state championship games. And they started to put those on the wall and replacing the Ohio State pictures. Well, when you've been to as many state championship games and winning those games as Tarboro has, suddenly you need more construction permits to make the wall longer, because he must have had 30 or 40 different pictures on his wall. But what he told us, Jay, is to get on my wall, you have to win the state championship.
Yeah, and that's the motivation for the players. And it was amazing seeing that, because you really couldn't even see the wall. It was just trophies and plaques. I couldn't tell what color the paint was or anything.
Farmer throwing deep, and this one will not get through. It was bumped off the play. Was Jordan Williams. Well, you like what Tarboro's doing. They're sticking to their DNA of their offense, but they're taking some shots at some timely moments for their senior quarterback, Najee Farmer. Had one big hookup earlier in the first quarter with Jordan Williams. And now it is 4th down for Tarboro, right at midfield. 4th and 8, and Tarboro for the first time today will punt it away. And back to return, the dangerous Ty Needham. We'll see if they punt his way, and this will turn over. Needham retreats, and on the second hop, he will let it go, and it's down, chased down inside the 5-yard line by the Vikings. Everything coming Tarboro's way. Jerome Bridgers outracing that football that was destined for the end zone. And they will mark it at the 4, and that's where this drive begins for East Surry, 96 yards away from what they need. Excellent kick there by Leighton Dupree. And Dupree is going to have a busy week. He's actually in the state golf championships on Monday. Plays for state football game here today. A reminder, stay tuned for the Hardee's Feeder Happy Halftime Report. Special interview coming up with the NCHSAA Exemplary School Package. We'll have some first half highlights and more. Drive begins the 4 for Boaz and the Cardinals. Quick pass, a slant, and the reception made by Needham, and he spun down around the 15-yard line. Should be good enough for a first down.
This offense so far, 12 passing attempts, 12 running attempts, so they've had balance. It just hasn't been the consistency through the year that you'd want. You know, and on this drive here, going into the halftime break, it's going to be so important to gain back some confidence here. You know, this is an explosive offense. They're not used to being shut out here in the first half.
And Boaz hands off, sprinting off a right side angle across the 20 to about the 22-yard line is Luke Bullington. Bullington ran for just under 1,000 yards in this shortened season, 20 touchdowns. But outside of a couple of early carries, he's been basically canceled out so far by Tarboro. But it's been the pressure from the front 7 from the Vikings and good coverage in the defensive secondary for Tarboro, making life miserable so far for the Cardinals. Bullington again will get the first down close to the 30. Tarboro will get the football when the second half begins, so that really underscores the importance of this drive to get points on the board for East Surry.
And you can feel the sense of urgency here, especially by the offensive line, seeing the push there, just driving down the gaps to allow an open lane to run the football. But they've, again, got to get something going here on this drive.
They will swing it out. Seth Hawks with his first reception. Stutter steps to the inside and just immediately bottled up. And that's how the coverage has been all game here for Tarboro. Everybody knowing their assignments. Canisius Black again, a big stick. Seth Hawks thought he had moved to kind of juke to his right and find some space, but it was immediately covered up.
The open field tackling is so important. Look at that. There was the lane there, and then immediately it closed. And Jeff Craddock has talked about this defense's play this season. He's been so impressive with how they've come on and really led the way.
And just another egregious mistake of this first half for the Cardinals.
Dead ball. False start, offense. 5-yard penalty, replay, second down.
And Trent Lohman, he must not recognize this team in this first half of this stage. uncharacteristic mistakes, field goals, bad snaps, fumbles, penalties, missed receivers. And they're down 18 with 3:44 left in this first half. Bullington the carry, puts his head down and bowls his way back out to the original line of scrimmage, gain of 4. But that will now bring up 3rd down and 10 for the Cardinals as we move inside 3.5 for the second quarter.
Well, this is an offense in the playoff run here. It scored 41, 48, and 62 points. So it's a very uncharacteristic start.
3rd and 10. In motion is Needham. Pressure coming, ducking below. Boaz dumps it off, hits his man over the 30. Penalty marker down, but Gosnell only took it at 32. But there's a flag down around the 23-yard line on the Viking side of the field. And again, this is a 3rd and 10 facing East Surry.
Illegal motion, offense.
So another critical penalty against East Surry.
Offense, that penalty's declined. 4th down.
And no chance to go here, Jay, on 4th down after the penalty. Cardinals will punt it away.
And just too many mistakes here early on. I mean, you can't win with turnovers and penalties. And right now, just shooting themselves in the foot. And give credit to Tarboro. And now they're going to get the ball back here with timeouts and plenty of time for one more drive going into halftime.
Snap is clean for the first time today, and this punt sails through the Chapel Hill air, lands at the 39-yard line and checks up immediately, and will be down by the Cardinals. So a 30-yard kick. Good field position again for Tarboro, leading by 18. They have 2:49 left and a couple of timeouts in this second quarter, and the ball will belong to Jeff Craddock's Vikings to begin the third quarter. I mean, they can take a stranglehold on this game, Jay, with points on this drive.
Well, and when you've got the opportunity to really put your foot down on the pedal, stranglehold it, you've got to do it, because this is a talented offense. You know they're going to make some halftime adjustments, and the Cardinals are going to be back. But you're right, pretty good field position here to start this drive off. You've had success mixing in your depth at the running back position. I'd expect Joyner and Razor to get the majority of the carries.
And this is a toss to the right side. Razor nearly lost his balance and then is punished out of bounds right at the 40-yard line by Gosnell. So maybe a yard, but there is a marker down again. Scott Wetzel has been a busy man in this championship Saturday.
Personal foul, face mask, defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
See here the run here just develop.
And there's the grab that ripped the helmet right off of the head of Tobias Joyner. So with a 15-yard penalty, it's into East Surry territory, the 45-yard line. 2:30 and counting for the first half. Tarboro football leading by 18 and marching confidently ahead. And a first down carry for about 5 for Travis Johnson.
It's one of the few times we've seen Johnson just get the ball and go straight forward. He's lining up in the middle of that T backfield. Usually he's leading out and being the lead blocker, but they're a little bit of a change-up attacking the line of scrimmage.
The Vikings content to run the clock, put themselves into scoring position if they can. 2nd and 6 at the 41 of East Surry. Johnson in the middle of the 3 backs. Must be a little misdirection. The handoff to Jordan Williams. And Williams takes it inside the 40. Brings up 3rd and short for Tarboro.
Oh, and if you're a defender, you can't look at the ball fakes, the misdirections. You've got to blow up the guy in front of you, get penetration, and then find the ball. And right now, this defense kind of playing on their heels, playing high and looking for where the ball is. They've got to attack the gaps and then make the plays.
Now, this is the style of football that Tarboro and Tarboro fans are accustomed to seeing. Long drives, chew up the clock, keep the other team's offense off of the field, And that's what Tarboro is trying to do to wrap up this second quarter and put some points on the board. They overload the right side of the line. Williams gets the carry, darts around the corner, has the first down, then is shoved out of bounds. But that's enough for Jordan Williams. Comes up hobbling a little bit on his ankle. First down for Tarboro with 57 seconds left.
Here, hopping off the field. Hopefully he'll be okay, but that was an impressive run. Getting to the outside, there wasn't a lot of room to run. This is just the quickness. We'll see here a missed block, and then the stiff arm allowed him to get outside and get the first down.
Looks like maybe a little left ankle turn. So Tobias Joyner replaces Williams. NC 529 first down here for Tarboro. 34-yard line. First down. Pretty good replacement with Joyner. He's run for 2 long touchdowns here in this championship. And he's in the backfield on the right. And Farmer will give it off straight ahead. And that's Travis Johnson. And we get a whistle and a timeout taken with 50 seconds left in this first half. And we'll leave Tarboro with 1. An important moment here, Jay, for the East Surry defense. They know that Tarboro is very unlikely to throw. Well, they have thrown it twice in this first half. But if they can keep Tarboro at bay here on this next play, force Tarboro to use its final timeout, then they have a shot to get off the field without allowing points. Easier said than done.
Yeah, Patrick, the mission has to be, we've got to get off the field, whatever it takes. Get into the halftime breaks. We cannot allow any more points. And I think they've just got to load the line of scrimmage. And again, try to keep contained. You cannot allow the running backs to get to the outside. That's where the damage has been. So the defensive ends, the linebackers on the outside have to force the ball back inside where the defensive line come in and make the tackles.
So 2nd and 8 coming up for Tarboro. Went down the field after a missed field goal to begin the game by East Surry. Razor took it in from a yard out. Then late in the first quarter, Joyner ran it home from 56 yards, and then a 31-yard touchdown again by Joyner early in the second quarter. We've seen a bevy of penalties, a couple of fumbles by East Surry, and intense defensive pressure by Tarboro here in this first half. 2nd and 8. Razor on the toss with blockers. Stops, tries to restart, can't reverse field. And for the first time, the defense for the Cardinals makes a big play. And it's a tackle for a loss by East Surry. Derek Sutterby right there.
That's exactly what they needed. Now on the outside, we'll see the blocks not really being able to get set up, and East Surry just stringing things along. And then Gosnell coming over, closing things off. And then multiple Cardinals coming over for the tackle.
And on 3rd down, breaking free, Razor. Marker is down. Razor inside the 15, and Gang tackled inside the 10. It would be a 1st and goal if it holds up, but it is holding against Tarboro, and this one's coming back. Clock stops at 16 seconds.
Holding. Offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay 3rd down.
See the hold up front. An easy call for the officials, but this was an impressive run. Again, getting to the outside and just using your speed. And Jeff Craddock not pleased.
Yeah, that's likely going to knock away any chance at points here for Tarboro. 16 seconds left without the hold. That big run probably doesn't take place, but it took away a 1st and goal. Now they're back at the 44-yard line, and the clock is already running, and we'll see if Najee Farmer takes one more snap. And whistle's blown as he did snap the football with 2 seconds left. And we may have a timeout called by East Surry here.
East Surry. First charge timeout.
So 2 seconds left, and Jay, what are they talking about?
Well, I think here they just want to make sure their defense set up no big plays. The last thing you want is a catastrophe to happen, so make sure the safeties are back. And make sure you've got everybody on the same page, knowing 2 seconds left before we get to the halftime break. We cannot give up a big play.
$18-0, Tarboro on top, 2 seconds left. And there will be a lot of self-discovery for the Cardinals in the locker room at halftime. And Trent Lohman again, as Jay mentioned earlier in the game, they're just not used to being here. This has been such a stout program over the last several years, playing their third straight state championship game, winning it 2 years ago. Well, this has been a stunning first half for East Surry, trying to figure out Tarboro. And they figured offensively they'd be able to get the job done. The question was going to be, could they slow down this Tarboro running game, which is probably the best it's been in several years. But it's been the Tarboro D that has really stood out here in this first half. So what's going to be dialed up for the Vikings here? Will they be conservative with 2 seconds left? And they will keep it on the ground. It is Joyner, spins away from one tackle, and he'll be tackled inside the 40. And that's how an impressive first half for the kids from Tarboro, North Carolina. Head to the locker room. 18-0 Vikings. They won the state title in 1984. They won 3 in a row, 09, 2010, 2011. They won back-to-back in 2017 and 2018 before this East Surry team knocked them from another potential three-peat 2 years ago. And in this rematch of the rematch, they're up 18-0 at halftime. Let's go to Aaron Summers, who is with the head coach for the Vikings, Jeff Craddock. Aaron?
Coach, you're holding East Surry scoreless through the first half. What have you seen your team do well?
We haven't given up the big play. Read our keys really well. Kind of got them into some third and long situations, and defensive ends been able to put some good pressure on the quarterback, get him a little uneasy back there. So, you know, the biggest thing with them, you know, their screen game, we've done a decent job so far, but just trying to keep them bottled up and trying to make them, like, drive the ball long time against us.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot, Jeff Craddock. Thank you, Aaron. It is halftime of the 1AA state championship. So far, all Vikings. Tarboro, thanks to a razor touchdown and a couple of long scores from Joyner, they're up 18-0. Stay tuned. The Hardys Feed Your Happy halftime report coming up next.
Up with Hardee's. The $3 bacon, egg, and cheese burrito. Fluffy egg, crispy bacon, and melty cheese. All wrapped up in a warm tortilla. The $3 bacon, egg, and cheese burrito. Part of Hardee's 2-3 more breakfast menu. Feed your happy.
I was hurt at work, and I feel like the insurance company wasn't looking out for me.
It's time to put an end to the games. It's time to call an experienced workers' compensation law firm.
The law offices of James Scott Farron. I got the treatment that I needed.
Call on the Hurt line right now.
Do you know what's bananas?
Dad.
Food Lion's double money back guarantee. If anything isn't 100% fresh, they'll give you double your money back. It's crazy, right? But everyone here is as cool as a cucumber. Tell them why, sweetie.
Because when your food's always fresh, there's nothing at stake.
I taught her that.
At Food Lion, we're passionate about fresh, which is why we guarantee it. Because this is our home, and that's our Food Lion.
Every step, every decision, every movement, I do with purpose.
Some take the easy path, settle for the status quo.
I'll take the challenge. That's who I am.
American Military University gets it.
Because they've worn the boots. They're built to work around the mission. AMU's got my 6, wherever I am.
Like American Military University,
I move with a purpose.
When it comes to North Carolina Medicaid, you now have different paths to care. NC Medicaid Managed Care lets you choose a health plan with the providers and services best for you. Enroll by May 14th. Just go to ncmedicaidplans.gov or call 833-870-5500. With NC Medicaid Managed Care, all paths lead to better health.
Call a workers' compensation specialist that knows how to protect your benefits. They'll fight for all of your medical treatment and for the protection you deserve. Call on the Hurt line, the law offices of James Scott Farron, right now.
What flavors are you chasing? Hand-seasoned Angus beef? A1 sauce? Words written in cursive? Luxury you eat with your hands. Try the new Steakhouse Angus Thick Burger at Hardee's. Feed your happy.
All Hardee's Feed Your Happy Halftime Report begins from Chapel Hill, where Tarboro leading East Surry 18-0 as part of the 1AA State Football Championship. Patrick Keene is back to Chapel Hill, and Ingles, a proud sponsor of this state championship today. And we had a chance to sit down with Ingles' Melissa Lavelle to talk about their proud partnership with this association championship game today.
Hello, everybody. This is Friday Night Rivals. I'm Nelson Weston, here with our good friend Melissa Lavelle. Melissa, it's always a pleasure to see you.
I know, with football, it's almost over. I know the season's almost over.
It is almost over, but guess what? We are here at the State High School Championship football game. Are you ready for some final football?
I am, and I'll tell you what, it's amazing that we all got here. What a crazy year, but congratulations to both teams and to the players and all the hard work they had to do to get here.
It was a crazy year indeed. Now, Melissa, talk to us for a second about what this moment means, and not just for Ingles, but for the community as a whole, especially in light of the pandemic.
Absolutely. Well, you know, it's been tough on everyone, families and children that have had these sporadic school times and practice times. This took every bit of heart and gumption to get here. And as far as Ingles goes, you know, a lot of these people work at Ingles. You know, we feed their families, their children come in to get jobs, their first jobs sometimes are with Ingles. We have our pharmacy, so we're kind of wrapped around the community. We wrap our arms around them and give them a great big hug. So we feel like this is a way to say, we're so proud of you guys.
Even during the darkest days of the pandemic, Ingles always remained steadfast in their commitment and partnership with the community and with educational initiatives.
That's correct.
Melissa, let's talk about that famous Tools for Schools program. What's that all about?
Well, and it's wonderful, and it did keep going, and I think that's a really good point to do that. Every time anybody came in to shop, if you have an Ingles Advantage card and you link it to the school of your choice, money goes to that school. And we kept it going, and to be honest with you, people were shopping more, so schools earned more money. Now, we didn't want to deliver things to empty schools, so we rolled the money over so people could get use it this year when schools reopened, so that everything would be ready in the classroom when they came back. So we did the best we can to make sure the money was used properly and for the best it could be.
Every time you're swiping your card, folks, you are giving back to your community. That is outstanding work.
Absolutely.
And Melissa, on a day like game day, and any day for that matter, Ingles is undoubtedly the place you want to shop for all your great foods, isn't that right?
Absolutely. Everything except including the game cakes, you know, you can have with your team pictures on the front, you know, snacks and the soft drinks, and of course our wonderful party platters and subs and pizza, everything.
Outstanding work. Folks, this is Friday Night Rivals. I'm Nelson Weston. Back to the game.
If you've been injured in an accident, tell them you mean business. Call the law offices of James Scott Farron on the Hurt Line.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Hello, I'm the new guy. Tell me about this epic stuffed crust pizza.
It's made with fresh, never frozen dough, hand-stuffed with cheese.
Good job. All right, you called me, it is me.
No, I knew it was you.
Let me hear you say epic stuffed crust.
Epic stuffed crust!
I lost 30 pounds in 6 weeks.
I lost 31 pounds in 6 weeks.
In just 3 sessions, I lost 126 pounds.
I lost 25 pounds in 6 weeks, thanks to Apex Weight Loss.
I feel great. I feel that I walk taller. It is life-changing.
After having a baby, I really struggled to lose the baby weight, and thanks to Apex Weight Loss, I lost the weight and was able to keep it off.
Come see us at our new location, 3012 Village Marketplace, inside Park West Village in Morrisville.
I think a part of what makes this course different is what we were taught in Bible schools and sometimes what we were taught in seminary schools is not necessarily the things that are really practical. But we're dealing with some brand new issues in the world today, and the millennial generation and the Z generation have some specific issues that we all need instruction. And that's a part of what this leadership course is about. It's about communicating practical ways for you to be effective with the next generation.
Blackish, weeknights at 5 on CW22.
You've been in an accident. It's time to call Riddle and Brantley.
we've recovered millions of dollars for car accident victims. Don't settle for the insurance company's low offer. Call us today. No upfront cost, free consultation, and no fee unless we win. Riddle and Brantley, when justice counts.
Hardy's Feed Your Happy halftime report continues from Chapel Hill. Tarboro leading East Surry for the 1AA championship 18-0. Well, now the North Carolina High School Athletic Association's James Alverson. He's going to join us to salute some of the most exemplary schools in North Carolina.
The North Carolina High School Athletic Association annually partners with the North Carolina Coaches Association and the North Carolina Athletic Directors Association to award the Exemplary School Award in recognition of the best total overall program in the state. The award does not simply consider athletic success, but academics, coaches' education, community involvement, and participation in voluntary NCHSAA programs. From the applications received this year, there were 2 schools that ended up tied in the award scoring. We're pleased to announce that both schools will be awarded the 2020-2021 Exemplary School Award and receive a $1,000 cash award. This year's Exemplary School Award winners are Jones Senior High School and Cherryville High School. Cherryville is a small 1A school in the western part of Gaston County. The Ironmen have a proud athletic history, including a strong baseball program. Cherryville boasts an NFHS School Honor Roll Level 1 distinction, which requires 90% or more of the athletic coaching staff at the school to complete 4 specific professional development courses through NFHS Learn. Cherryville also regularly participates in the NCHSAA Scholarship Program and submitting Performance of the Week nominations. Cherryville Athletic Director Scott Harrell is a certified Master Athletic Administrator as recognized by the NCHSAA. Senior is a 1A school in the small eastern North Carolina town of Trenton. The Trojans are leaders in coaches' education, becoming the first Level 3 certified NFHS Learn school in the state and the 4th in the country. Level 3 certification is earned by having 90% of a school's athletic coaching staff complete 12 specific professional development courses through NFHS Learn. Principal Todd Morgan is an NCHSAA board member and is a certified athletic administrator as recognized by the NCHSAA. Jones's brand new campus is state-of-the-art, opening in 2019, serving students from 7th through 12th grades. On behalf of the North Carolina Coaches Association, the North Carolina Athletic Directors Association, and the NCHSAA, congratulations to our 2 Exemplary School Award winners for 2020-2021, Jones Senior High School and Cherryville High School.
At the Nelson Law Office, we know that every family is different. And when you need a family law attorney, you need a fighter on your side. Because you're fighting for what's most important. Your family, your home, your well-being. We know that oftentimes a man wants custody of his children, and sometimes a woman is in jeopardy of having to pay alimony. The Nelson Law Office knows that every situation is unique. Call us today for a free consultation. Let the Nelson Law Office be the fighter on your side.
Hey everybody, we're getting set for another on-location one-day bath remodel. I'm joined by Kirsten from West Shore Home. Kirsten, you know all about this project. Tell us what's on tap for today.
All right, thanks, Joe. We're replacing an old tile bathtub with a beautiful walk-in shower. These folks wanted something that was easier to clean, low maintenance, and definitely had more accessibility. So we're giving them everything they need. I'm so excited to show it to you, so let's go take a look. So here's the tub that we're replacing. What we see a lot with tubs like this is the mold and the mildew that builds up around the edges and in the grout. The other big issue is up here by the shower head. Over time, the material breaks down and causes that hole up there, so that can be a problem. How we're gonna fix that is we're gonna bring the walls all the way up to the top of the ceiling. So that's gonna make maintenance and cleaning so much easier for these folks. I can't wait to see what it looks like, so let's get started.
Okay, so they're making great progress here, removing that old, hard-to-clean tile and grout. That was step number 1, and that's not easy work. They just made it look super easy. Now it's on to the new shower. Wow, amazing. The tile, the mold, and the mildew all out, replaced by a beautiful shower system. They really make it easy. Folks, if you're tired of cleaning your tile, scrubbing the mold and the mildew, call the experts at West Shore Home. They can install the shower or bath of your dreams, and they can do it in as little as 1 day. Call the number on your screen now and take advantage of this great offer. Get 20% off your entire shower or bath project. Plus, with their flexible payment plan, get your shower or bath for as low as $99 a month. And when you call right now, you don't have to make your first payment for 12 full months. Call West Shore Home now.
$18-0 Tarboro leading East Surry at halftime of the 1AA NCHSAA State Championship game. Patrick Keenis, Jay Sohnhalter, Aaron Summers down on the field. And Jay, let's take a look at some first half highlights and a lot of Tarboro action, including their one and only pass completion of the half, good for 40 yards to set up the first score of the game.
Tarboro's been dominating on the ground, but they picked a perfect time to throw the ball over the top, and it led to a touchdown by Jalen Razor. They were road grading up front. This offensive line was taking over, and then the speed on the outside of the running back. So Tobias Joyner, 2 touchdowns in the first half, really was evident. This is an athletic offense, and they've been in the driver's seat so far here early on.
And Joyner, the first one from 56 yards. This one then from 31 early in the second quarter. He's going to be the leader of that backfield next year as Tobias Joyner is a junior. And Jay, here's a look at our Hardee's halftime stats. And I guess the number that sticks out to me is 77 passing yards for East Surry in that first half. The defense for Tarboro was tremendous.
Yeah, the secondary was in stride with the wide receivers. They locked things up on the outside. And some adjustment areas in the passing game. This offense have to find a way to get Gosnell open over the middle more. They've got to clean up the penalties as well. Too many, 6 in the first half.
Boy, a lot of mistakes, fumbles, penalties, missed field goals, and no points through the first half for the defending champs. We will come back with the start of the third quarter. 18-0 Tarboro. They are 24 minutes away from a 7th state title. Third quarter from Chapel Hill starts next.
I was hurt at work, and I feel like the insurance company wasn't looking out for me.
It's time to put an end to the games. It's time to call an experienced workers' compensation law firm.
The law offices of James Scott Farron. I got the treatment that I needed.
Call on the Hurt Line right now.
Are you turning 65 or currently on Medicare? Well, then listen up. I'm Medicare Male, owner of the Hall Insurance Group, and I'm here to help you. You can enroll in a Medicare plan that includes free dental, vision, and prescription drug coverage. Plus, we can help you eliminate your Part B premium and put money back in your Social Security check. And I'm local, so call me. Medicare Male, I can help, but not if you don't call. 919-804-0828.
On the journey to better health, NC Medicaid Managed Care offers many paths to get there. You still get all the care your family needs, but you can choose a health plan with the doctors and services you want. Enroll by May 14th. Just find the plan that's right for you and sign up. We're here to help. Go to ncmedicaidplans.gov or call 833-870-5500. NC Medicaid Managed Care. Your choice, your care.
She got the scholarships you saved. He got into his dream college. But you need some help bridging the gap between savings and scholarships and the cost of tuition. Apply for an affordable NC Assist loan and make their dreams of going to college a reality.
It's coming. The state's top rival teams will clash 3 days in May. Who will become champions? The North Carolina High School Athletic Association Football Championships kick off Thursday, May 6th through the 8th. Don't miss the excitement. Broadcast presented by West Shore Home. Halftime brought to you by Hardee's.
She got the scholarships you saved. He got into his dream college. But you need some help bridging the gap between savings and scholarships and the cost of tuition. Apply for an affordable NC Assist loan and make their dreams of going to college a reality.
Call a workers' compensation specialist that knows how to protect your benefits. They'll fight for all of your medical treatment and for the protection you deserve. Call on the Hurt Line, the law offices of James Scott Farron, right now.
$18-0 lead for Tarboro over the defending champion East Surry Cardinals. So a bit of a mountain to climb for the Cardinals to defend their championship. Aaron Summers downstairs with the head coach of East Surry.
Coach, turnovers, big plays in the first half. What did you address with your team as far as the mistakes?
Well, you know, we were executing at times and not at others, and pretty much said we can't play a whole lot worse than we did. You know, so we have nothing to lose now. Let's go play a little bit better than we have been.
What do you need to do to play better?
Hold the football when we're supposed to. Not get the penalties, not commit turnovers. That's it.
And then how can you establish that ground game?
Execute. I mean, honestly, it sounds simple, but that's all we got to do.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Trent. Thank you, Aaron. Jay, let's retouch our Ingles food for thought keys to the game. What have you seen based on what you needed to see when the game began?
Well, and for East Surry, both the keys that they had to accomplish today, they haven't been able to do. There hasn't been the offensive execution, and then there's been explosive plays they've given up on the defensive side. So Trent Lohman pretty lighthearted there, but those are things they've got to clean up if they want to come back and win this ball game. And for Tarboro, they've won the turnover battle. They've protected the ball, and then the line of scrimmage has been won. The offensive line has been pushing the levels down the field. They've been winning in the trenches.
Well, I will say this. Really enjoyed the interview with Trent Lohman. He was in very good spirits, all things considered, for certainly what was the worst half of football that the Cardinals have played. But, you know, we chatted with him on Thursday, and he said he has a very quiet team. Not a lot of vocal leaders on this East Surry team. And Jay, as you know from your time playing for the ECU Pirates, you embody the personality of your coach and your coaching staff. And the fact that he was so loose, so relaxed, didn't seem stressed down 18 at halftime, I take that as a really good sign. Hopefully his team is able to be loose and will perform better here in the second half.
This is a team that has that quiet confidence. I mean, they average over 40 points per game. And when you see your leader, your head coach, with that relaxation, with that confidence, you draw from that. So this is a team, they've been explosive. They played a terrible first half, but they have the ability to come back here and get things correct.
And meanwhile, on the passing side, didn't see a lot through the air for East Surry. The pressure from Tarboro's front seven certainly led to that. But in that first half, 7 of 15 for Boaz for 77 yards. And he talked about the big shoes he has to fill. You know, his brother set all kinds of records at East Surry, and then state championship records in his older brother's final year, that state championship year of 2019. He threw 82 touchdown passes, completed at 74%, and again 8 combined touchdowns in the state championship game, and now is at UNC. And he got his first taste of college football against Western Carolina last year. But you know, Bowman talked about as the opening kickoff presented by Pitt Health Department is taken by Tarboro and looking for room up the right side. Spinning off the tackle. Black stays on his feet. Finds room up the sideline. He's to midfield with blockers to his left. And finally undercut at the East Surry 44-yard line. Canisius Black, who's had 2 big hits defensively. The big kickoff return to open the third quarter.
The team speed of Tarboro is just at a high level. I mean, look at this. The spin move, you've got to make that tackle on special teams. Once he hits the contact, he turns on the jets and just goes down the sideline. And again, another drive for this offense that's had so much success today. You're going to get a short field to begin the second half.
That is a 51-yard return by Black. And a short field here for the Vikings. They start at the East Surry 44-yard line. Najee Farmer under center. And he will give to the fullback, and not a lot of room off the left tackle. Maybe a yard on first down. Travis Johnson on the carry. So 2nd and 9. And boy, how important is this opening defensive stand for the Cardinals, now working with a short field. And there's Brett Clayton, who's hobbling a little bit on an ankle after that tackle. Gives the thumbs up to the sideline. East Surry needs everybody at 100% and on the same page in the second half to mount a memorable comeback. Razor on the left side of the 3 backs, and this is Joyner looking for him around the left corner. Penalty marker comes in. Joyner tackled at the 40. Now looks like a second marker also thrown. And this one is holding against Tarboro. So the Cardinals will accept this penalty. They're not going to give Tarboro a 3rd and 6. They will push this offense back. Jay, what kind of adjustments are you expecting?
Holding. Offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay 2nd down.
Out of the Cardinals to try and limit the big plays on the ground that we've seen in that first half from Tarboro.
Yeah, the whole key is the edge defenders. You cannot allow the running backs to get to the outside. You see one missed tackle and then a second missed tackle. You've got to force the ball back inside. And right now, they're just getting turned around. The offensive line is able to reach them and give the running backs the perimeter.
Here's Joyner again. Look at that cutback by Joyner. Frees himself up. Steps out of a tackle. He's down to the 20. To the 15-yard line. Spins around. And, boy, he just will not go down. What a game we're seeing from Tobias Joyner from Tarboro. On a 2nd and 20, he takes it all the way down to the 14-yard line.
And Patrick, we're not seeing these explosive plays up the middle. They're all to the outside. And that was an outstanding block, clearing the path. And then once you get in a one-on-one running situation, Joyner's going to win that and just ran out of room. But this offense, it doesn't matter if it's 2nd and long. They can hit the big play on the ground.
So Joyner breaks off a huge play. There is a Viking down in the field. We'll check on his status when we return.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance was rated as the #1 auto insurer and the only A+ rated company in the nation per Crash Network's 2020 Insurer Report Card. When you have a claim, be sure to have A+ auto insurance from Farm Bureau. Helping you is what we do best.
After an accident, you need to call the law offices of James Scott Farron. Lawyers with the experience you need and the resources to get results.
When people ask me, what's a papadilla? I say it's juicy meats and melty cheese folded in crispy flatbread. But my mouth's always full of papadillas, so I don't think they hurt me. Try one for just $6. Better ingredients, better pizza. Better than a sandwich.
ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
Every night at 10 on CW22.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance was rated as the #1 auto insurer and the only A+ rated company in the nation per Crash Network's 2020 Insurer Report Card. When you have a claim, be sure to have A+ auto insurance from Farm Bureau. Helping you is what we do best.
Well, there's a look at Demir Gary Jr., senior offensive lineman for Tarboro and starting defensive tackle as well, injured on that last play, which went the opposite direction for 40 yards from Joyner. And a look of concern from Jeff Craddock as the athletic training staff still is taking a look at Gary, who has been down on his back for about the last 2 or 3 minutes, and now he is up on his feet and just putting a little bit of weight, it appears, on that leg. Let's go downstairs to Aaron.
It does appear that it is the right knee, but a really nice moment when East Surry head coach Trent Lohman came over during the break and talked to Coach Craddock and bent down and talked to the injured player just to give him some words of encouragement, Patrick.
Well, there's a great deal of respect between these programs. These coaches really get along, and they're almost knowing like it's a holiday that every year they're going to be facing each other for the state championship. And boy, a devastated offensive lineman there for Tarboro, Demir Gary Jr. He is a senior, so this will be his last high school game, and he doesn't want to end on the sideline with an injury here in this second half as his high school career winds down. So he's been consoled as they check out that knee on the sideline. Back to work, Joyner jukes outside and tackled down and around the 12-yard line by Trey Armstrong. So inside the American Military University red zone, rise to the challenge with a degree from American Military University. At American Military University, you'll learn from the leader. 18-0 Tarboro. So a 52-yard kickoff return by Black for Tarboro to begin this third quarter. And then the 40-yard rip by Tobias Joyner. So 2 huge chunk plays for the Vikings as they look to extend now to a four-score game. 2nd and 8. Razor bursting through down to about the 5-yard line.
Razor just hits the hole so quick here. We'll see some misdirection in the backfield. And then hiding behind the offensive line. Gets tripped up a little bit. That's a positive run, following your blockers.
And now on 3rd and shorts from the 5-yard line. A quick snap, but Travis Johnson unable to get the first down. That'll bring up 4th for the Vikings. And man, is this ever a big play for East Surry. If you're Tarboro, you're kicking a field goal to go up 21, or trying to pick up the first down here and maybe begin to put this game away. Offense still on the field for Jeff Craddock.
Yeah, I think the way your offense has been consistent, you trust in your offensive line, where you want to just lean on those guys up front, try to pick up this yard.
4th and 1 for the Vikings. They load the right side of the line. Handoff, moving left side. This is Trayvon White, and White will take it in. Touchdown, Tarboro. The sophomore, just his 2nd touchdown of the year on 4th and 1 inside the red zone, and Tarboro takes a 24-0 lead.
Well, and White here, we'll see him just following the blocks up front. Again, Razor, we've seen him get carries, but they're being unselfish. Travis Johnson as well in that fullback position, clearing out his guy. First carry of the ball game, he goes in for a touchdown on 4th and 1, Patrick. What a call by Jeff Craddock, going for it, and his team executed.
In the state championship. And the extra point attempt here by Tarboro. Hold is down. The kicker slips as he boots it inside the right upright. And everything is going Tarborough's way. The extra point is good. And the touchdown of the sophomore White. And it is now a 25-0 Tarboro lead for the 1AA title.
Game day is upon us, when hopeful throngs of couch-bound conquistadors band together for the agony and ecstasy of football fandom. When the palate-pleasing pleasure of wings, burgers, and bratwurst is eclipsed only by the sweet taste of victory. So find your lucky seat on the sofa, and remember, you make a better door than a window. Ingalls, your official sponsor of food and football.
The Nelson Law Office knows that when you need a good attorney, you need a fighter on your side.
I can't believe this is happening. I can't go to jail right now. Why did I do this? What's going to happen to me? This is a very serious charge. I'm facing years in prison. This is going to ruin my life. Okay, don't panic. Take a deep breath and call the Nelson Law Office.
The Nelson Law Office knows that every situation is unique. Call us for a free consultation. When you're facing the impossible, let the Nelson Law Office be the fighter on your side.
At the conclusion of today's game, we'll be highlighting the Allegheny Federal Credit Union drive of the game. Be your best you at Allegheny Federal Credit Union. Well, a 1-yard touchdown run by the sophomore, Trayvon White for Tarboro. There's the Smithfield Chicken and Barbecue touchdown. Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue, we're grateful to serve. And with 8:38 left in the 3rd quarter, Tarboro now leads 25-0. And East Surry will get its hands on the football for the first time in this 2nd half. And now are they ever on life support. Time for the Pitt County Health Department kickoff. Join the at-home testing challenge and keep our community healthy. So marching it off is Leighton Dupree, who slipped as he planted his foot on that extra point, but sneaked it through. And now, even with that big lead, will they continue to play the short game with the kickoffs? Yes, they will. Right down the middle. And it's fielded by one of the upmen for the Cardinals at around the 30. And took a blasting hit over the 35 and the 37. And that's where this drive begins for East Surry.
And Patrick, if you're an offensive player for the Cardinals right now, when you're over on the sideline getting ready to come out on this drive, this is where you got to get fired up. This is where you have to have that sense of urgency and get something going. You do not have time to waste. This is going to be a huge comeback as it is, but it has to start on this drive.
A sense of urgency and really a sense of pride here, because this has been as one-sided a game. I mean, nobody saw this coming with these two squads. Very evenly matched. The history, as we have delineated over the course of this game, meeting in the 2018 and 2019 1AA state championships and splitting. And with East Surry going up to the 2A level next year as another ball is knocked loose. Boaz mishandled it, and I think he may have gotten on it right before Tarboro got in. We've seen that about 4 times today. Either high snaps, fumble exchanges, or a couple of knockdowns, and this one looked like just the elbow of Bullington might have just jarred that football out of the hands of Boaz.
Yeah, just uncharacteristic. They just seem like they're out of rhythm. You know, they can't let what's happened already affect them. They've got to kind of change the page here and start new. They've got to get things cleaned up in a hurry.
3-man rush, still pursuing Boaz, and he throws on the move, incomplete to the sideline, looking for Leighton Allen, and it's 4th down. You know, when we were talking with Trent Lowen about this young sophomore quarterback, Folger Boaz, who again just began getting the reps this season after his brother graduated and went on to UNC, but Boaz, you know, went against their top rival in week 1 in a monsoon against North Davidson. Then he rolled an ankle and missed a couple of games, but he still has a long runway in terms of his learning, and he is meeting a very difficult defense here today. Tight spiral on the punt, handled by Tarboro at the 25-yard line. A quick little move, a little sliver of room up the sideline for Black, and he dances out to the 33. Boy, he's a fun player to watch, is he not?
He's electric on special teams. I'll tell you, you do not want to kick him the ball because he's fearless and he's going to make something happen.
So back to Tarboro with 7:21 left in this 3rd quarter. 25-0 Vikings.
First down and 10 for the Vikings at their own 33-yard line.
And this is exactly where the Vikings love to be. In the lead by multiple possessions. And now they can really key in on their running game, take their time, because this is generally not a quick strike offense. Yeah, they've had a couple of big plays here today. But Jeff Craddock is more than content. Again, being an Ohio native and a big Ohio State fan, he's happy with that 3 yards and a cloud of dust offensive philosophy. He would love that even right now with this 25-point lead in the second half.
The message to his offense is ball security, protect the football. You know the Cardinals are going to try to create turnovers here. Their backs are against the wall, but look at the pace. I mean, this is slow motion, taking their time, huddling up, just melting this clock down.
Play clock now down to 10 as Farmer is under center. And he will hand it off. This is Joyner again, testing that left side, and one of the best bits of defensive line pursuit by East Surry's defense. Ty Needham in there on the stick and brings up 3rd down.
You said it, the pursuit. Watch the hats of the Cardinals flying over to this ball. Initially, Joyner did get to the outside. Then Needham brought him back inside for the tackle. But that's what they've got to do. This is a talented running back group. You have to have multiple defenders coming over for help.
Did you see that tackle by Needham? He was basically laying on the ground on his hip and reached up with one hand and just ripped him down with his left wrist.
That's weight room strength.
Yeah, he's been in the weight room a few more times than I have.
Me too.
3rd and 9. Toss to the right side. Looking for the corner. And not enough there for Razor out to about the 38, but 5 yards shy of a 1st down. And that will force Tarboro to kick it away.
And that's a win. You know, for East Surry, they've got to take this play-by-play, possession by possession. The defense, you know, here just forcing this ball so far out, they could use the sideline as a defender. Again, 3 guys coming over for the tackle.
Well, it's going to be Needham back to receive this punt for the Cardinals, and they dearly need a big play. We saw the big kickoff return to open this championship by Needham ever since they've kicked the football either away from him or short of him. And this is Needham at the 30, brings it in. They'll look to stretch the far side of the field, turn it up beyond the 40. Nice return by Needham, and the drive begins for the Cardinals at the 43-yard line. So 5:37 left in this 3rd quarter, 25-0 in favor of Tarboro. And a reminder coming up toward the end of this contest, we will have your Feed Your Happy Play of the Game sponsored by Hardee's. That's coming up in the 4th quarter today. 25-0 Tarboro. Boaz to Bullington. Bullington for about 3.
The ball carrier. Tackle by the Vikings, number 4, Mike.
Bullington now 13 carries on the day, averaging over 4 yards per carry. So he's done a nice job getting those physical yards in between the tackles. But I've just been impressed by the Tarboro defense's ability to slow down Gosnell. They've been double teaming him and really shading the coverage over to his side.
Bullington again on second down, puts his head down, gets out close to midfield.
Bullington on the carry.
Well, this is more than acceptable as far as an offensive approach for the Tarboro defense. If you want to run, take 20, 25 seconds off the clock. We're not giving up the big plays. We'll make you chew up yards, chew up clock, and you're 4 possessions down. 3rd and 3 from midfield for East Surry. Boaz, quarterback draw, and he will have the first down and stumbles close to the 40. Nice play by Boaz, good for 10. And we were chatting with Trent Lohman, his head coach, a couple of days ago about the different styles, different body types of the Boaz brothers. Jefferson stands about 6'7", and Bowman called him kind of the Tom Brady type quarterback, the pocket quarterback who puts the ball on target really every time, as Bullington tumbles forward for about 6. But for Folger, again, still kind of growing into the quarterback mentality, not with clearly as many reps yet over his career, but only a sophomore. But he said he's more of the Aaron Rodgers type, not as big, but moves around. And sometimes, as a matter of fact, he said a lot of times coming out, it's not pretty, but it gets to where it's supposed to go. On 2nd and 5, breaking free, Bullington swerving ahead inside the Tarboro 20 and powering his way down to the 15-yard line. One of the best runs of the game for Luke Bullington. As a first down for East Surry inside the Tarboro red zone.
Now Trent Lohman really finding success on the ground. Bullington stepping up huge on this drive. Now they're starting to play more up-tempo here, looking for the call from the sideline.
How can they finish the drive? Boaz calls his own number again, muscling forward and taking a couple of tackles down to the 10 inside the American Military University red zone. Rise to the challenge with a degree from American Military University. At American Military University, you'll learn from the leader. And there is the state record-setting quarterback and the brother of Folger Boaz, Jefferson Boaz, sporting the red East Surry Cardinal t-shirt on the sideline. And now a quarterback here for UNC Chapel Hill. And there's how about the t-shirt, Jay? 15-0 state champions, 2019. Giving his brother some incentive here.
Wearing it with pride.
And by the way, as we get a timeout taken, not only is Jefferson playing for UNC, you know, Folger has committed to play baseball at the University of North Carolina in a couple of years, but their dad, Jay, played football under Mac Brown from 92 to 94. And here's Folger Boaz again, moving it forward, and takes that to about the 7. So you have the dad who played football under Mac Brown the first time it came through. One of his sons, Jefferson, now playing for Mac Brown version 2.0 currently. And then a couple of years from now, unless things change, you have Folger Boaz, who will also join his brother on this UNC Chapel Hill campus. Well, undeniably, the biggest offensive play of the game here for the Cardinals. This is 4th and 3 from the Tarboro 7-yard line. This is an absolute must-get for the Cardinals. Down 25-0, and early movement on the offensive line. And it's going to go against the Cardinals. And Trent Lohman felt like the action was drawn thanks to Tarboro, but this is going to go against the Cardinals.
Dead ball, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
Well, there's no more lighthearted comments and a cheer coming out of Trent Lohman right now. It's all business. He's very displeased with that call. Well, he thought Sam Witt was drawn off. And look at this. This is as emphatic of a head coach referee conversation as you'll see, Jay, without a penalty.
You see the fire on the sideline, and part of this may be motivating his team as well. But still, 4th and 8 coming up here. His team's got to execute. You can't kick the field goal. You've got to go for it here. You got to find a way to make this happen.
Trent Lowen played his college football at Lenore-Rhine. Told us a couple of days ago that he really started as a coach in football when he was 19 years old due to some injuries and some other issues that kept him a bit off the field early in his collegiate career. But he was a starting quarterback under his dad. It's a Bandies out in Catawba County. So here it is now 4th down and 8 for East Surry. Need to reach just inside the 4-yard line. Boaz rolling left, pressure from the backside, heaves it into open space, and it's going to be intercepted and then dropped by Tarboro at the 7-yard line. That was the easiest interception of the life of Kenai Gunter, but he dropped it. But on downs, Tarboro takes over the football anyway.
That could have been a pick 6 if it was caught, but how about the pressure of Tarboro? Again, breaking free on a critical down, forcing a tough pass by Boaz here, off balance just to heave it up.
Well, how'd this get dropped? How was that dropped?
Yeah, I mean.
That is a 90-yard interception for a touchdown in a state championship game, simply if the ball is caught by Gunter. Oh, 40 years from now, that won't be any easier to swallow. 2:03 left, 3rd quarter, 25-0 Tarboro. And the Vikings take over at the 12. Joyner probing beyond the 15. Now, Jay, if you're the Cardinals, you have to figure out some way to steal some possessions. Rake at the football. Try and strip one of these running backs here for Tarboro, because you may not have 4 possessions left in this game, and that's assuming that you score on all 4.
Yeah, in order for East Surry to come back here, obviously the offense is going to have to make plays when they get the ball, but your defense is going to have to get at least 2 turnovers, because the time of possession, the way Tarboro just melts the clock, there's going to be few possessions left anyways, but this defense is going to have to create some turnovers quickly.
2nd down. Through the middle, a couple of yards for Travis Johnson. A reminder, at the conclusion of today's game, we'll be selecting the West Shore Home Player of the Game. Let West Shore Home convert your old bathtub into a modern and spacious walk-in shower in just one day. Inside a minute for the 3rd. This was an 18-0 Tarboro lead at halftime. A 1-yard touchdown run by sophomore Trevon White early in this 3rd quarter, extended the lead. East Surry got down inside the Tarboro at 10, but could not convert. And look how composed and deliberate this offense now is for Tarboro. Everybody drops simultaneously on 3rd and 5. They swing it to the outside. This is White again, and he is upended out beyond the 20-yard line. He'll have a 1st down for the Vikings.
Again, Patrick, it's success getting to the outside for Tarboro. It's been there all day. Where's the contain for the Cardinals? It's not there. You make a missed tackle, a beautiful block up front, and this offensive line just doing their job. That was Evan Morris, number 52, clearing the path, and Jeff Craddock is going to have all the momentum as his team goes into the 4th.
So as the final seconds tick off of this 3rd quarter, Tarboro can smell it. 12 minutes away from their 7th state title, and they are shutting out the defending champs through 3. The score by Whites extends the lead after 3 quarters of the 1AA state title game. Tarboro 25, East Surry nothing.
Wake up with Hardee's. The $3 bacon, egg, and cheese burrito. Fluffy egg, crispy bacon, and melty cheese. All wrapped up in a warm tortilla. The $3 bacon, egg, and cheese burrito. Part of Hardee's 2-3 more breakfast menu. Feed your happy.
Getting hurt on the job happens unexpectedly. You're not prepared for the medical bills, being unable to work, or the fear of losing your job. If you want all the benefits you may be entitled to, put experience on your side.
I called James Scott Farring.
Workers' compensation specialists. They work hard to secure your checks and the treatment you may deserve.
The James Scott Farring Advantage.
Call on the Hurt Line, the law offices of James Scott Farron, right now.
When it comes to North Carolina Medicaid, you now have different paths to care. NC Medicaid Managed Care lets you choose a health plan with the providers and services best for you. Enroll by May 14th. Just go to ncmedicaidplans.gov or call 833-870-5500. With NC Medicaid Managed Care, all paths lead to better health.
You've been in an accident. Why won't the insurance company pay? Because they're trying to save money at your expense. Call Riddle & Brantley for your free consultation. We have the experience to deal with the insurance company, and we'll work on getting you the compensation you deserve. Riddle & Brantley, when justice counts.
What flavors are you chasing? Hand-seasoned Angus beef? A1 sauce? Words written in cursive? Luxury you eat with your hands? Try the new Steakhouse Angus Thick Burger at Hardee's. Feed your happy.
Back in Chapel Hill, North Carolina for the final quarter of the 1AA state championship game. Nothing but Tarboro Vikings today, and yes, that young fan with number 24, Joyner. Yeah, Joyner has had a huge state championship game. That is Tobias Joyner, a 56-yard touchdown run, and then a 31-yard score. And the Tarboro Vikings up 25-0 as this fourth quarter gets underway. Football belongs to Tarboro. And a new set of downs at the 25-yard line. And on the opening play, straight through the middle for a yard for Tarboro. And now it's Trappers flaring just a little bit as Travis Johnson has his helmet and one of his gloves knocked off of his hand. Grabs his helmet, heads over to the sideline.
You know, Patrick, this Tarboro team, you look at their season and they made it look easy, kind of just mowing through their schedule, but they really hit their stride kind of in the middle of the season. You know, so much adversity with this spring season and the stops and the starts. Not even sure if we were going to make it to this point, but they really improved early on in the season and been playing excellent football from week 5 and on.
And on second down, handoff. This is the sophomore White again, over the 30 to about the 32. That'll bring him third and manageable. And how about the work that we're seeing from Trevon White, filling in when Jordan Williams, again, he came off the field hobbling on an ankle earlier in this second half, and suddenly the sophomore plugged right in and fits right into this Tarboro T system, as they call their running game.
Now 3 carries on the game, and coming in, he's been productive on that 4th down. He had the touchdown. You look at the way this backfield works together. They block for each other. If they're not getting the ball, they're many times the lead blocker. So it's important to not only be able to have that talent with the ball in your hands, but you've got to do the little things as well.
3rd and 2. Give left side. First down yardage beyond the 35, and shedding the block and the tackle is White. Out to about the 38. Stays in bounds. By the time this football is snapped, Jay, already 2 minutes will have elapsed from the clock in this fourth quarter. And that's not what Surry wants to see happen.
And White, only a sophomore, so 2 more years of eligibility. Joyner, a junior, he'll be back as well. Joyner, Williams, a junior. Travis Johnson, he's a senior, as well as Razor. So they're going to miss those 2 guys next year, but still plenty of talent coming back for the Vikings.
NC 529 first down for Tarboro. With the NC 529 plan, it's never too early or too late to start saving for education. First down Vikings from the 38. And Farmer, first man through, hands it off. A quick burst of speed out to about the 43-yard line. It's Johnson for about 5.
And Patrick, how about the offensive line today? I mean, Surry knows that this Tarboro offense is going to run the ball 99% of the time, and this O-line has still been able to dominate up front.
Yeah, Tarboro in this contest has attempted 2 passes. One of them connected to Jordan Williams early in the first quarter for 40 yards. Otherwise, it's been on the ground. And they have now rushed for a little more than 300 in this championship. And again, the helmet breaks loose, but it's running back is still on his feet. And there's Travis Johnson spinning away. Whistle's blown. Flag was down just around the line of scrimmage. I mean, we almost saw high school football history. Travis Johnson almost ran that one in from 57 yards out without a helmet. Somebody needs to tighten that helmet a bit on Johnson. This has happened a few times, but he had some help on that play. Face mask going against East Surry. And let's go downstairs to Aaron.
Tarboro head coach Jeff Craddock says the strength of their football team rests with their offensive line. He pays a lot of tribute to their ability to tackle, how strong they are, and says that they spend a lot of time in the weight room working on that aspect. One of the backs that reaps a lot of benefits from that work is Razor, and he is somebody that says that everybody on this football field is like his family. It's so fun to look to your left and to your right and know that this person next to you has your back. He plans on going into civil engineering and walking on at NCHSAA next year, Patrick.
Yeah, Jeff Craddock couldn't have been gushing more about the family nature of this team and just all of his players. You can just tell he loves his players so much, and you know all head coaches do, but he could not stop just praising the effort of his squad in what has just been a crazy 2021 high school football season. And there is Razor off the right side for about 5 more. This is now becoming the longest drive in terms of clock usage that Tarboro has had all game, and it's right exactly when they needed it. And they took over right when this fourth quarter began. They're down to the 31-yard line. They've used up almost 4 minutes by the time this ball is snapped. In no hurry are the Vikings. And this is about as demoralizing as it can be for the Cardinal defense. And the snap comes with 8:06. Little misdirection handoff, and this is Joyner spinning around the left side inside the 25 to the 23, and that's 7 more yards and another first down for Tarboro.
And they make it look easy. I mean, this offense has been so consistent. Whether it's to the outside, between the tackles. Look at the misdirection in the backfield. Again, these blockers up front, called Evan Morse a couple times, leading the way, pulling in that right guard position. And he's just road grading up front. This whole offensive line, Jamal Armfield, Demir Gary, Lewis, Knight, and the tight ends have worked so well collectively as a unit.
And now we get whistles blown and may have a timeout taken by Tarboro. So 7:26 left.
Tarboro.
In this fourth quarter, Tarboro marching ahead on this drive and marching toward title number 7. Tarboro 25, East Surry nothing.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in North Carolina.
This message presented by the North Carolina High School Athletic Association and the North Carolina Athletic Directors Association.
Hello, I'm the new guy. Tell me about this epic stuffed crust pizza.
It's made with fresh, never frozen dough, hand stuffed with cheese.
Good job. All right, you called me, it is me.
I knew it was you.
Let me hear you say epic stuffed crust.
Epic stuffed crust!
She got the scholarships. You saved. He got into his dream college. But you need some help bridging the gap between savings and scholarships and the cost of tuition. Apply for an affordable NC Assist loan and make their dreams of going to college a reality.
Happy Viking fans here in Chapel Hill midway through the fourth quarter. 25-0 Tarboro leading East Surry. And let's take a look now at the Allegheny Federal Credit Union drive of the game. Be your best you at Allegheny Federal Credit Union. And the long pass play to Jordan Williams. That's the only completed pass of the game for Tarboro. And then the payoff for Jalen Razor on his touchdown run from a yard out. 9 plays, 80 yards, took 4:07 off the clock. That was the first score of the game. And Tarboro still piling it on. Handoff Razor inside the 20. Well, Jay, we were talking with Jeff Craddock a couple of days ago about his football coaching mentor, and one name came up from one of their rivals, Raymond Cobb, who's a longtime head coach, was at North Edgecombe, then went to Southwest Edgecombe, and they became very good friends at some rival schools, so much so that Craddock was able to kind of learn the offense by watching practices at Southwest Edgecombe, and became so respectful of that program. He actually took the defensive coordinator from that team, A.B. Whitley, who was then on Craddock's staff for about 10 years until he retired a couple of years back. And a run up the middle for a couple of yards, but Craddock has spent 26 years with this Tarboro program, 16 in the head coaching capacity. And he is now on the verge of winning his 6th title of Tarboro's 7 as a school.
He's a well-known name in the coaching fraternity, a superstar. What he's been able to do at Tarboro has just been outstanding, and the consistency year in, year out, the camaraderie he has with the community and his coaching staff. You know, he puts so much trust on his assistants, and you know, these guys really play for their coaching staff, and it's evident out on the field.
Razor trying to get away, maintains his balance as he was thrown toward the sideline, but stayed in bounds. Give up about 5 or 6 yards on that carry, but continue the clock. And now this is a 6-minute-plus drive for Tarboro, as Razor is slightly injured and will hobble over to the sideline. So that gets Trevon White back on the field for Tarboro, ahead of a 4th and 10 play. So the 23-yard line, 4th down.
You know, we've been talking about this offense here, but how about the defense to this point, shutting out this vaunted offense of the Cardinals?
I mean, this is a team that 2 years ago, now granted, different quarterback with Jefferson Boaz, but East Surry put up 56 points against Tarboro 2 years ago. On 4th and 10, hopping over a would-be tackler, and inside the 20-yard line, that is the excitable sophomore Trevon White. Well, he will come up short of the 1st down.
Misdirection in the backfield. That was Morris leading the way. This is just better job of the Cardinals reading the keys and coming in there, and a little leap over the top by White. He just couldn't quite clear it to get the 1st down.
He has the youthful exuberance of a 15-year-old, does he not?
He does.
And he is on the verge of becoming one of their mainstays in their backfield next year. Well, Folger Boaz, he will have better days ahead for this East Surry squad. The sophomore back on the field, 25-0 down. Bullington follows a block and carries it out to the 25. Ball came loose, but he was down. East Surry, 2 timeouts left. So even though that drive by Tarboro did not net any points, it eliminated 7 minutes on this 4th quarter clock. 2nd and short, 4-receiver formation. Boaz flushed out and tackled moving forward, close to the 1st down. But he just had, I mean, Jay, he's just had no time to get set in the pocket today for East Surry.
Yeah, he's had to run around. He's had to get outside. And many times we've seen him throwing across his body, just trying to get rid of the ball because that pressure has come up the middle. You know, if you're an offensive player down on the field, you want to finish this game off in pride. You do not want to have a shutout in the record book. So I'm down there, you know, even though time is running out, you know, I want to make sure we get a score on the board before this game's over.
And again, remember how this game began. East Surry received the kick, had a huge return thanks to Ty Needham, and they went down into the red zone, got stopped on 3rd down, opted for a fairly short field goal. They'd hit off the right upright. And from that point on, you know, East Surry just has looked completely out of sync offensively, with, you know, penalties, with botched snaps, high snaps, with fumbles. And then defensively, Trent Lohman's squad just has had no consistent answer against this punishing and tricky ground attack for Tarboro. Boaz on 1st down after the measurement, throws across the middle, finally hooks up with Gosnell. He'll take it outside the numbers into the left sideline and tackled out near midfield. Haven't seen a whole lot of Gosnell as Tarboro's bottled him up all day.
Yeah, that's the first catch here in the 2nd half. 4 on the day. He's so dangerous on the crossing route over the middle, and here's the athleticism. This is why Ohio State wants him so badly, and that's why he's committed to the Buckeyes, because he can do damage yards after the catch.
You know, we were talking about Jeff Craddock, the head coach for Tarboro, who again grew up in Ohio, in Rittman, Ohio, went to Mount Union, and you think they know a little something about winning back-to-back national championships, Mount Union. But he gushed about Gosnell as that pass is incomplete, looking for Bullington. Being the Ohio State fan and knowing that Gosnell from East Surry is going to play for the Buckeyes next year, he said, I'll be a fan of Gosnell. I've been a fan before up to this game, but on Saturday I won't be. After Saturday, I will be the biggest Gosnell fan when he wears the Scarlets in Columbus, Ohio this fall.
Yeah, the big question is, he's projected to be a tight end at the college level. He's talented enough to play on the defensive end as well. I've seen a lot of good things from him on the defensive end, playing his linebacker spot in run support, very fast in coverage as well.
One of the things that Trent Lohman also said about Gosnell, not only his selflessness in terms of his attitude, but he just doesn't care about stats. He cares about doing the detail things and winning, but working on his blocks, working on his routes. There's a deep ball, incomplete. A flag will come in. Actually, 4 flags are thrown in by 4 different officials from 4 different angles. That's a first. That's an NC High School Athletic Association record for most flags thrown on one incident. I hope we have a wide shot of that replay. That would be lovely to watch.
That's the first time I've ever seen that.
Pass interference, defense. 15-yard penalty results, first down.
Let's see here. Now watch these flags come in from all 4 corners of your screen. There's the contact. Penalty on Black. Let's see how many we see coming to the screen. Maybe this will be the shot.
It came from all angles.
There's the penalty. Trust's 4 came in, and there's the first score of the game. Bullington takes it in from 23 yards out. Well, Ty Needham on the carry for East Surry. 23-yard touchdown run with 3:14 left in the 4th quarter.
Well, and good for East Surry here, getting on the board. Little fake up the middle, RPO, and Needham 4 catches on the day for 56 yards. And finishing off this drive, something that they just couldn't find a way in that first half. And now here finally using the play action pass for the touchdown.
So Boaz, the touchdown pass. East Surry on the board with 3:14 left in this final quarter. And the extra point is through. So there's your Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue touchdown. And Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue, we're grateful to serve. 23-yard hookup from Boaz to Needham. 25-7 Tarboro with 3:14 left in the 4th.
I was injured on the job, and I was out of work.
I knew I needed a specialist.
If you've been hurt on the job and can't work, you need to make sure you're getting all your workers' compensation benefits.
I have a family to support. I'm worried about the future.
Call a powerful law firm that knows what your benefits mean to you.
James Scott Farron,
a workers' compensation specialist.
They understand the system and have the resources and experience to get all the benefits you may deserve. Call on the Hurt Line, the law offices of James Scott Farron, right now.
On the journey to better health, NC Medicaid Managed Care offers many paths to get there. You still get all the care your family needs, but you can choose a health plan with the doctors and services you want. Enroll by May 14th. Just find the plan that's right for you and sign up. We're here to help. Go to ncmedicaidplans.gov or call 833-870-5500. NC Medicaid Managed Care. Your choice, your care.
25-7 Tarboro leading East Surry. And let's get to our Hardee's play of the game, brought to you by Hardee's. Feed your happy play of the game. One of 2 long touchdown runs by Tobias Joyner. This one coming in the waning moments of the first quarter from 56 yards out on 4th down. Get Tarboro a 12-0 lead. That is our Hardee's Feed Your Happy play of the game. East Surry on the board. The Boaz touchdown pass to a cutting Ty Needham. 23 yards away. Now East Surry with 2 timeouts left and only 3:14 in the clock will set up ostensibly for an onside kick here. And here is the approach, and there it is. And this is not going to go the requisite 10 yards. It stops after just 3. We've seen better efforts, and Tarboro will take over. And for Sutterby, the senior for East Surry, that very well could be his last high school kick. But will he get another crack here? Officials discussing. So our Pitt County Health Department kickoff went only 3 yards on the onside try. Join the at-home testing
There's no
challenge.
Ball on the play. We had first touching, kicking team. First down at the spot.
So the kick counts, and Tarboro will take over with 3:14 left. Join the at-home testing challenge. Keep our community healthy. 25-7 Tarboro. East Surry, 2 timeouts left. A couple of first downs on this drive, and Tarboro can end it with its offense on the field. And on first down, Razor. That's around the right edge for no gain.
You know, you look at this running back position for Tarboro. As Razor here comes on the counter with the fake towards the left, the jab step coming back towards the right. Nice tackle. The depth at that position. 3 runners have over 10 carries. And that just goes to show you not only the talent, but the ability to keep the defense honest and off balance, because you don't know who's going to get the ball. Joyner, 12 carries, Razor, 13, Travis Johnson, 15. It allows that running back position to stay fresh as well.
Yeah, 179 yards now for Joyner in this one. Stretching to the wide side of the field, and this is Trayvon White, and he's whipped around and brought down at around the 43, so maybe a yard on that gain. And it's 3rd down and 10 as the clock moves toward 2:10.
Patrick, when I look at both of these teams, they're going to lose some key seniors, but there's a lot of young talent coming back on both sides. These teams will have an opportunity to have outstanding seasons moving into the future as well.
And the quarterback for Tarboro, Najee Farmer, is also a senior. Canisius Black, who's had a terrific defensive and special teams game, he is a senior. On 3rd and 10, another helmet pops free over toward the Tarboro sideline. And again, it's knocked off of Travis Johnson. Is he wearing somebody else's helmet today? That helmet is a little too big for his head here today for some reason. That's been knocked off, what, 4 or 5 times. And it will be 4th down and 7. Clock still moving at 1:20. And the punt team comes on for Tarboro with Leighton Dupree. And East Surry down by 18. Not using either of its 2 final timeouts. And a dejected look as the sun sets on the defending champion East Surry Cardinals. And now we do get a stoppage and a Tarboro timeout. 25-7 in favor of Tarboro. And now let's get to our West Shore Home Player of the Game. Let West Shore Home convert your old bathtub into a modern and spacious walk-in shower in just one day. And undeniably, it is Tobias Joyner, the junior running back for Tarboro. A couple of long touchdown runs, one of 56 yards, the next of 31. And there you see his numbers, 179 yards on 12 carries. That's an average of almost 15 a pop. And he is the odds-on favorite right now to be the MVP of this 2021 state championship game. And yes, some happy members of the Joyner family who made the trip out from Tarboro, North Carolina. And safe to say, Jay, that there's going to be a Tobias Joyner photo next fall on the wall of head coach Jeff Craddock's office, right?
Yeah, there's going to be a place, and if there's not enough room right now, you mentioned it earlier, they may have to kind of reconstruct that office to give him his plaque in his honor up there.
So Tarboro will kick it away, 58 seconds left. leading 25-7. And a marker comes down. This kick will be negated. And we'll see what the call is here from Scott Wetzel.
Illegal formation on the kicking team. That penalty's declined. Result of the play is a first down.
So the penalty on Tarboro. The punt will be disallowed. They mark off the 5 yards and give the football to East Surry. So at the 47-yard line with 54 seconds left, one more series for Folger Boaz. 5 receivers in the formation, looking left, and hooks up right around the 40-yard line. A vicious hit comes through one last time by this Tarboro defense. And Will Hyatt on the reception for East Surry.
Drew Harding, the defensive coordinator, called an outstanding ball game today, just keeping this offense off balance and changing the coverage.
Boaz again guns it. It's right through the fingertips of Viking and then bobbled and dropped behind him by Jerome Bridgers. It was Gunter again, I believe, Jay, who had the easiest interception in his life come his way that he dropped earlier in the game. And yeah, right to him again. And Gunter unable to bring that one home.
You can see just the frustration down there. It could have been 2 picks.
I mean, is it possible to have a miserable bus ride back home after your team wins the state championship? 3rd and 3. And a diving reception and out for a first down to the 32-yard line for East Surry. That's might be the final play here. First down for Gosnell, and the Tarboro fans are now exhorted by the Tarboro sideline. 15 seconds left. Boaz throws toward the end zone, and it's incomplete with 10 seconds left. Now 9. And the celebration begins on the Tarboro Vikings sideline. And there is a look at Jeff Craddock, who just celebrated a birthday yesterday, 51 years of age. His parents watching back at home in his hometown house in Rittman, Ohio. And he is about to win his 6th state title, and it will be number 7 all-time for Tarboro. He won 3 straight, 2009, 2010, 2011, back-to-back in 17 and 18. And he is seconds away from title number 7 in school history. Sliding Boaz, the clock runs out, and they smother their legendary head coach, Jeff Craddock, and the Tarboro Vikings have their 7th state football championship in school history, knocking off the defending champion East Surry Cardinals 25-7. And the trilogy ends with Tarboro taking down East Surry for the state championship in 2 out of 3 straight title appearances involving these teams and these 2 head coaches, and a great smiling handshake with Trent Lohman, the head coach of East Surry, who are now heading to the 2A classification next year. Tarboro wins its 7th title and number 6 under Jeff Craddock. (25-7) your final score, and Jay, the legend of Tarboro football extends for another year and another trophy heading to Tarboro.
What a win. The way they capped off this season, just blowing through the playoffs and going against East Surry. You knew it was going to be a tough ball game, but Tarboro came through on the defensive end, just did not allow the Cardinals to get anything going. And then that offense with the depth in the backfield, they took over, road graded up front. This was a total team victory.
All right, let's go downstairs to Erin Summers. She'll need to tell Jeff Craddock he'll need to make more room on his wall for a state championship photo. Erin.
Thanks, Patrick. Coach, coming into this game, you said you needed to see more consistency from your defense. What did they prove to you today?
Well, they're a resilient bunch of guys. You know, East Surry's offense is fantastic. I thought we did an unbelievable job of holding them to 7. You know, Coach Harding put together the defensive game plan and giving them different looks, different blitzes, trying to make the quarterback be uncomfortable. We didn't give up that big play, and, you know, we gave up some yards rushing, but I was fine with that because the clock became a friend in the second half. So great job to that defense. I mean, hats off to them.
On the offensive side, over 300 yards rushing for your squad. How has that group fueled this undefeated season?
Well, it's that offensive line that we rode all year long. You know, Coach Burnett's the line coach and does a fantastic job. Coach Babb dialed up the plays. He always comes up with special plays to catch somebody off guard. That first touchdown pass we had early on was something he'd been working on. So my hat's off to the staff that I got. They put in the work. The kids execute the game plan, and Tarboro State champs again.
With 2 touchdowns, did Tobias Joyner solidify a spot on your wall?
Yeah, well, he's a junior, but he may be up on that wall for sure.
For you, this is your 7th title with Tarboro. How is this one different?
Well, it's great because, you know, we came up short last year against the same team. And so, you know, there's such a classy group over there. So much respect for East Surry that I've just grown with over the 3 years and getting to know them. And losing last year was a bitter pill for us to swallow, but, you know, it's hard to win them all. And so coming back and winning makes it very, very special.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you, dear.
All right, thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Jeff. 6 titles for Coach Craddock, 7 now for Tarboro in school history, and that man is awaiting a photo on the wall in his coach's office and likely MVP trophy moments away. Tarboro over East Surry, 25-7. They are again the 1AA state champs.
Shop Gabriel Nissan for the lowest price, guaranteed. Get up to $7,000 off new Nissans or 0% up to 84 months. Gabriel will beat any competitor's price on a new Nissan or pay you $500. Visit GabrielNissan.com.
I was hit by a car. I was out of work for about 8 weeks. I contacted Whitley Law Firm. I felt a genuineness. I felt that they would work hard on my behalf, and they did.
If you've been injured, call the Whitley Law Firm now. Get the Whitley advantage.
But for those of us who are world overcomers, you're members, you're visiting members, you're here all the time, and I believe that how we move as a church is also a sign of how we will move individually. I said it once more, y'all don't know world overcomers. Y'all don't know who we are. Y'all don't know. But it's all right because you're getting ready to find out who World Overcomers is.
Hello. I'm the new guy. Tell me about this epic stuffed crust pizza.
It's made with fresh, never frozen dough, hand-stuffed with cheese.
Good job. All right, you called me. It is me.
No, I knew it was you.
Let me hear you say epic stuffed crust.
Epic stuffed crust!
You've been in an accident. The insurance company will say your injuries will heal well enough. But is it really well enough when you can't lift your child? At Riddle & Brantley, we'll fight for your compensation for today's injuries and tomorrow's losses. Riddle & Brantley, when justice counts.
Shop Gabriel Nissan for the lowest price, guaranteed. Drive a new Nissan today for as low as $189 a month. Gabriel will beat any competitor's price on a new Nissan or pay you $500. Visit GabrielNissan.com.
And back to Chapel Hill, where Tarboro defeats East Surry to claim its 7th football championship, 25-7 over East Surry. Patrick Keenis, Jay Sohnhalter, and Aaron Summers down in the field. And Jay, let's bring you back in. And how do you break down what was a truly defensive, dominating performance by Tarboro today?
Well, the defense has been the strength all season long, and they came up huge today, showing up in a big way. The offense was outstanding, especially once they got to the second quarter. They really got into the flow of the ball game, and what a season culminating here today at UNC, undefeated, getting redemption off of last season's state championship where they lost to East Surry. What a great moment for this program.
Yeah, they just chased around Folger Boaz relentlessly. He threw in this contest for only 128 yards. 312 on the ground for Tarboro. And they claim another state championship, 6th in the career of Jeff Craddock, and the 7th in school history. Your final score, Tarboro 25, East Surry 7. All of us would like to take a minute to thank the wonderful folks at the North Carolina High School Athletic Association and these broadcast sponsor partners, West Shore Home, Hardee's, American Military University, Allegheny Federal Credit Union, Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue, North Carolina Assist NC 529, Duke University Health Systems, and Ingalls Markets. All of these sponsor partners, through their contributions to the program, make these championship games possible for all of you viewers at home. So for Jay Sohnhalter and Aaron Summers, I'm Patrick Keenis. Congratulations for a 7th time to the Tarboro Vikings, state champions again, knocking off East Surry 25-7. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks for watching, and congratulations to the Tarboro Vikings.